Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to the first episode of the Muneeb Show Live.
Hey, let's go!
Now, we're coming at you live from the beautiful part of northern Alberta, here in the heart of oil country. Now, we can't thank everybody enough for bearing with us through this difficult time that we had, but we've made it through. Now, we want to thank everybody for a wonderful, summer Tuesday, summer July 15th evening. I want to start, this journey started a long time ago to bringing a live show and a content and creating this. Now, the world was very different when we started on this journey. Trump and Elon were still besties. Ice was just simply frozen water. Matcha was just a drink, and now it's been the first date I've been on ever since. Aaron Rodgers was unemployed. Kevin Durant was still a member of the Phoenix Suns. Cooper Flagg was still a Duke Blue Devil. And Mitch Marner was still a Toronto Maple Leaf. And sadly, maybe not that sadly, the Florida Panthers were only one-time Stanley Cup champions. Boo. But some things have remained consistent. Tariffs are still running wild.
Boo.
But sports have continued to bring communities and individuals together. Now, I'm not alone today. No. Rivals in their passion for sports, but united in their love for the sports books. We have the Gamblers Tables at P-Bets and at Nelly G. And of course, the ever so handsome, the accountable one, Coach E is here as well. Coach E.
You know what it is.
Coach, you know the drill, my man. Left or right?
Let's go left this time.
Let's go left this time.
Yes.
Oh, this is a good one. What is the correct condiment to have with pizza? Now, there's only one real right answer to this, by the way. So if you say anything else, this might be the last show with you. But
right off the bat.
I'm saying nothing.
There
is no right you just eat pizza by itself.
That, I think, is the right answer. I think if pizza is good enough, you shouldn't need condiments with it.
That is true.
Right? Because, what are you really... if you're eating pizza with, ranch, you're pretty gross.
Not like ranch. If it's a dry pizza,
yeah,
ranch is needed.
You definitely need ranch.
No. All you need is Parmesan.
That
on top.
See, that right there is an absurd answer.
There's already cheese on the
pizza. There's already cheese on the pizza.
No, you just need some
cheese?
Yeah, some Reggiano on top. You're good to go.
Yeah, but the Parmesan is not good. It's bitter. Why would you want to make the pizza a little bit bitter?
I don't know. I guess I just have more developed taste buds than you guys.
Yeah, you are also the blue cheese individual.
Blue cheese with wings?
Oh, no.
Wait, you guys don't like blue cheese?
I don't think blue cheese likes blue cheese. It's a pretty disgusting thing. It's a fairly disgusting condiment.
It's a very acquired taste, blue cheese.
Acquired taste.
Yeah. You don't think so? You're part of this?
I think, once you've graduated from kindergarten, which is ranch, and you've gotten into university, which is blue cheese, your taste change.
Yeah.
You want new things.
Yeah, but hot wings with ranch are an unbeatable combination. I don't know if you can really go wrong with that. A good ranch. I'm not talking about the Heritage Valley Ranch, because
that's good ranch, though.
They're fair. Sometimes it is good ranch, but if it's been sitting for a while, it's
you talking a homemade ranch?
Yeah, I'm talking good ranch with hot wings. Fantastic, especially if they're already saucy and things like that. Really good.
In my opinion, I feel like
Elite
good
combo?
ranch and wings.
Yeah, good ranch and wings, man.
I don't know. I like ranch, but blue cheese with wings is much better.
Do you ever have blue cheese with your pizza?
I can dabble. I can dabble.
You've dabbled in
Yeah,
that?
I
See,
have.
that right there is a disgusting combination.
That's
What about ketchup? Just like normal.
on
With pizza?
Yeah.
That's
You've done that?
Oh, I do that all
Oh
the time.
my god!
Especially if it's like day old pizza and you warm it up the
Nah,
next morning, perfect
there's
little
nothing-
crisp.
Bro,
You put it in the air
I've seen like my
fryer.
nephew ask for ketchup on his pizza.
Dude, ketchup is
I've never seen anybody do ketchup.
easily a top 2, if not top 1 condiment.
Top 1 condiment for sure,
Ketchup,
but not
Yeah.
on pizza.
but a little, not a little
There's
bit.
already
you know?
tomato sauce.
Exactly.
Not the same.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, is it not the
There's
same?
already tomato sauce.
Not the same thing, but tomato sauce like marinara is very different than ketchup. Like ketchup has this like little sweetness to it, you know.
That's like on a burger. Are you putting ketchup if there's already a tomato?
Yes.
Really?
Depends on
Yeah.
the chicken.
It depends on the
burger or
burger,
beef
yeah.
That
burger,
is
like-
true,
Depends.
but it's a different.
Well, chicken burger is not a
Yeah.
burger.
It's a
chicken
sandwich.
burger is a
Chicken
sandwich.
sandwich,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Chicken
On
Burgers
chicken-
always
on
only
chicken, you guys are
beef.
saying is a sandwich.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Whoa, is this breaking news? I don't
That was
know.
a burger for me.
No, chicken.
Yeah.
Okay, but where is your like go to like franchise or like chain restaurant pizza?
Domino's. I'm a Domino's man till I
agree.
die.
I like that.
Okay.
I think they do
Some of us pronounce it as Domino's, but
Domino's.
yeah.
Don't ever
Okay,
say
but Domino's is your
Domino's
go-to?
is the way to go. They
What-
do the crust right.
Yeah.
The sauce is like, it's just perfect. Right? Not too much cheese, not too much fluff. It's good to go.
I do remember Domino's being a little bit of a poverty pizza place now because they had this thing when you go to checkout, right? You can enter a uni code and it would give you like 20-30% off. So when we were
That 50, that UA 50.
yeah. So when you were broke, like Domino's pizza, perfect.
all the time.
Yeah,
they wouldn't even
perfect.
ask for the card. It was so fine.
Yeah, perfect combination Domino's. But I always did the build my own at Domino's. Like I could never just like buy one of theirs
What are
because
you
I feel
building?
like anything. But I just feel like adding making a thin crust, making it
Wait,
cut in
thin
square.
crust?
Yeah. I like Domino's thin crust. I feel
That's-
like their natural crust is
Why
like
are
kind
you
of whatever.
like why are you eating thin crust pizza if it's Domino's? I think you only eat thin crust pizza if it's like a nice Italian spot. They actually do it right. But Domino's, it's like
Domino's is
it's-
Italian. It's a little Paisan.
it.
It's a little Paisan.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
it's like low tier pizza. It's like fast food pizza.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You go to Bianco, you get thin pizza.
Look, I don't know about you guys, but I'm not willing to spend $54 on a pizza, which is 12 inches. Like I'm gonna house that in 2 minutes, and I've spent, $50 some. No, if I'm gonna get pizza, it's gonna be from these, like I think the best chain restaurant pizza still Panago.
Panago's not bad.
Panago's still very
kind
good.
of expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
kind of
has,
expensive.
It's on the top tier.
Inflation has caught up.
Yeah,
The tariffs clearly have hurt them a little bit more than the rest. But also with Panago, good condiments. I feel like some of their jalapeno ranch, very good.
Jalapeno, yeah.
That's a good ranch.
That's the best
That's a good
condiment for
ranch.
pizza.
Jalapeno ranch, that's what you're going with? Yeah, but sometimes it's like you don't want it to be
Jalapeno cheddar,
spicy.
Like the one from Pizza 73.
Yeah, still very good.
Trash
I
place,
agree.
by the way.
Pizza 70, right when
That
you
is
get it,
poverty at its
Wow.
That is
Pizza
like
73.
that's North Side Pizza.
No.
I only see Pizza 73 cars in
right
North
when
Side.
you get it, right when you get it, it's chill. But like if you wait a couple hours, yeah, it's like mostly.
Wait a couple hours.
Wait a couple
Wait.
I'm
hours.
saying right when you get it, if you
Yeah.
get it right there,
Yeah, it's good to go.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
like
yeah.
if you wait a couple
Oh,
hours,
yeah.
you're cooked.
That's most
Yeah.
pizzas. Though,
Y-
though.
yeah.
Domino's is good. Like you can warm it up.
Domino's is good the next morning.
No,
the next
Domino's
morning,
is
the
good
time
cold.
Yeah.
Domino's is good cold. Pizza 73 you can't eat
No,
cold.
no.
It's
Cold is
Cold
is a
is-
bit of a stretch.
Okay,
It's
listen.
eatable. It's definitely eatable.
White
It's
boys
eatable.
put me on.
Yeah.
White boys put me on. I never
Yeah.
understood it until
Yeah.
you wake up hungover one day
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
you're just like, I don't want to warm up this pizza.
Yeah,
And you just take a slice from the box on your bed
Oh,
already
next
from
day.
last night.
yeah.
You just take it's good to go.
And these whites have been doing this.
For a long time.
For a long time,
I've been
clearly.
indoctrinated. For
Yeah,
real.
yeah. Well, that does tend to happen in the prairies and obviously in Winnipeg,
Yeah.
right?
In the burbs of Peg.
Yeah, tough place to be, but hey, you learn something out of it. let's pivot to some of the sports talks. Obviously, some news breaking in the NFL. The Jets have extended wide receiver Garrett Wilson for a 4-year deal. And today, they extended cornerback Sauce Gardner. Now, he is, I think, at the very top of the defensive back ladder at 31 million or something like that. Just
4 years, 120.
4 years, 120. How much guaranteed does he have on that?
I think it's 86.
85.
That's a
85?
lot. Yeah.
85 guaranteed? Not
So
bad.
that's a lot of...
That's a lot of
I
money.
mean, it's a lot of money.
I see a lot of people hating on it, though.
Really?
Yeah, a lot of people.
I mean, the internet was loud, but I think that's more because it's the Jets, and the Jets have, they are not the greatest of decision makers, especially when it comes to extending people who they should extend and how they treat some of their players in the past. I think this was a move that they kind of had to make, right? The two people that they have extended, especially on, Garrett Wilson, I thought was going to get an extension kind of early on into the offseason. I'm surprised that they waited this long because I think even though that they waited this long, he didn't get the 35 a year. He didn't even get the DK Metcalf 33. I think he got the 32 or something like that. Yeah. So he's still, of course, at the upper echelons of wide receiver money. Well-deserved, I would say. I think he, has kind of kept them afloat and alive, and hopes have been high with the Jets because they have at least that going for them. Mm-hmm. Now, who's throwing him the football? We don't know. And if I may, I don't think the Jets know. I think the Justin Fields thing kind of fell in their lap. But how does that kind of work out with them? And with a new coach, right? I think Aaron Glenn was the perfect hire. I think he does bring a level of stability and accountability into that organization, which is an organization that desperately needs something like that to happen. But what did you think about the extension with Garrett Wilson and Sauce Gardner?
I think it was perfect for both guys, honestly. They do have guys locked up now, their young core with those two guys, as we just said, along with Quinn Williams, along with DJ Reed. So defensively, they got their core group of guys set up, locked up long term. The question is, once again, the quarterback, right? You do have Garrett Wilson with you. That's a great wide receiver one. However, for me, it's their rushing attack that scares me because they only averaged about 91.8 yards per game, rushing yards per game last year.
Yeah, but Breece Hall is still there. We think he's going to figure it out. I mean,
he had a good last season.
Yeah, but also, going in, he was a little hurt. He got hurt
and he's young.
Parts. Also, I think with the Aaron offense, you're going to be kind of throwing the ball a little bit more. Yeah. With Justin Fields, though, how does that impact Breece Hall? Because now you're also asking Justin to use his legs a lot more. I think that is going to be... But I do think that they're going to run the ball a lot.
It's going to be an option.
The run-pass option. The RPO game, I think, is going to need to be involved fairly heavily with the Jets.
They have two RBs as well. Allen, towards the end of the season.
Braylon Allen, I do think that they will be a pretty good rushing team. Now, obviously, with who's going to be their wide... I mean, Allen Lazard is kind of out the door. So I'm not really sure who else is kind of helping Garrett Wilson continue to get open. But maybe that's something that they figure out early part of next year. Again, I don't think that anybody in their right mind, I don't think the Jets organization, I don't think the Jets fans are thinking that they are a playoff contender. I think even that is a bit of a stretch in the AFC. I think it's a bit of a stretch in their own division. If I was looking at that division, I think we talked about this off air, the Patriots look like they're in a little bit of a better space. I think with Vrabel getting hired there adds a little bit more, hype around that team. Again, brings a similar thing to Aaron Glenn with being a former player, being a, head coach. Drake May, obviously, high hopes for Drake May. I think he had shown a lot of flashes of being a very, very good NFL quarterback.
He got his wide receiver one, and Cardi B.
Yeah, whatever. The internet was very kind of involved in that whole situation. Obviously, the boat incidents happened before. They get asked about it during the mini camp or whatever. Vrabel got asked about it, which I thought was...
What was his response again? He said something off the cuff.
Yeah, he was just like, dude, the guy's here, you know, something along those lines. I don't think he actually tried to address it, or like they talked already and they're fine. So the whole boating thing happened, and then the videos of them kind of working out together and things like that. And then there was rumors that it's over now.
Yeah, I heard that too.
Yeah, so I'm not really sure.
Yeah. I think because
Maybe she doesn't want to be in New England.
I think it's because she's not pregnant. Dig said he only likes pregnant women. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure she's not pregnant. That's what he said. I'm pretty sure those were his words. No.
I'm not sure on
I'm
that.
not sure. No,
I might be
like
going
it.
crazy. I might be going crazy.
Yeah, man. I know from what we know about Stephon Diggs and what's been kind of floated in the on the internet and stuff like that is that he does like multiple women at a time, right? We know that, but maybe she wasn't cool with that, or maybe again she just doesn't like the cold.
Yeah.
Or the colorway. Maybe she's like, dude, I can't style this. Right? She's like, no, I don't want to put up with this. But I thought the Stephon Diggs coming to New England was... but it's just who else is kind of going to be there with him, I think is another question. They have to develop a lot of these guys. Obviously, they do have returning wide receivers and things like that. But who is the Patriots running back? Is it still Ramondre Stevenson? I don't think they drafted a running back.
I think they drafted a lineman, no?
Yeah, they did get they did get linemen. So, I mean, Drake is gonna have many opportunities.
May, I forgot.
Yeah, Drake May is gonna
You guys
have.
think he's gonna have an outstanding year?
I think he's gonna be
I think he'll
an
be-
outstanding quarterback. I think if he has shown anything, it's the ability to play that position, especially in a place like New England,
Yeah.
right? Where and then again there was a lot of things that came out from New England last year. With Gerard Mayo, who I thought got kind of fairly scapegoated for a lot of the things that happened. I mean, if you're going to hire somebody to succeed, the greatest coach ever and probably the greatest general manager ever in Bill Belichick, you're going to give that to Gerard Mayo, who Bill Belichick did kind of throw in the spotlight, did give him a lot of the responsibility before he left. And you're only going to give him 1 year. I thought that was a little bit of a surprise. I do think that if you're going to move on from somebody like Gerard Mayo this early, it had to be for Braves. It just had to be. I think that was a perfect fit. He goes back to New England. I think everybody as New England fans loved that kind of marriage that they have made out there. I hope that New England is going to figure it out. They're going to figure it out. They'll figure it
We'll
out.
see. Hopefully.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Speaking of, Trey Smith gets an extension
Yeah,
in Kansas City, so they lock up their guard and one-time champion. I can't remember now. Two-time champion, I want to say. Joe Tooney obviously goes to Chicago, so they're still figuring out a lot of what's happening on their line, I think, out there. But I mean, I can't remember what show it was, but these ESPN shows. The lower third said, what are the chances that the Chiefs are going to be in the playoffs? Now, we've been NFL fans for a long time. I just want to say, the Kansas City Chiefs, if they got 1-5, they're going to be in the playoffs.
Book it.
It is a
every
very,
time.
very
Yeah.
tough thing.
Guaranteed.
I'm a fan of a team that plays in the same division. And when we play Kansas City, I know exactly what we're up against. Okay, it's very, very hard to beat 1-5 in any condition, in any place, in any weather. And I just think that because we struggle against him, the Broncos struggle against him, the Chargers struggle against him, you already have at least, 6 wins, 8 wins in the bag. Right? Like, it's very hard to kind of say, they're not going to have that. And then, 10 wins gets you into the playoffs at least, right? And then, or do we think that the Chargers are going to figure it out with Jim Harbaugh within this year? We hope so, but I think that they are still a piece or two away from, bringing the Harbaugh system into their kind of culture and stuff. So Kansas City is probably going to win the division. I love the Bo Nix and Sean Payton pairing. I love the Gino with Pete Carroll pairing. But I just think that it's very hard to beat 1-5, right? Just ask Josh Allen. I mean, just ask
He's
the
been
Bills
trying
fans.
for years.
They've
Yeah.
been trying for years. And they've tried in Kansas City, and they've tried in Buffalo. And they have lost in both places. So it's just very hard to think that they're not going to at least be a playoff team. But I mean, like, if you are going into next year thinking that they're not going to be a predominant team that is likely going to come out of the AFC, I think that other people definitely have to surprise you. I think the Bills have to surprise you. I think, Baltimore, right?
Let's go Lamar. Let's go.
Action Jackson.
I think we
We're
need
waiting
to
for
see.
it. We're waiting for it.
Yeah, and there was this other thing that came out, right? Like, I think the top four quarterbacks in the National Football League have kind of cemented themselves as the big four, right? You have Josh and Joe, you have Lamar and Pat, right? The fifth guy, I think, is still up for debate. It's tough not to say it's Jalen, just because he just won. I think he's played his role to an unbelievable level. But I think there's still debate about that fifth spot.
I
Where
think
does
you
it
just
go
got to
to?
give it to him just because he's got.
Yeah,
his ring
I
already.
think
Like
going
for-
into next year,
yeah.
he has to be that guy.
Right
yeah.
now, yeah, but next year either he'll drop or he'll cement it.
Yeah,
He's a great
Yeah.
game manager.
Yeah,
he
he's-
handles the
yeah.
clock very
well, like, see, that word has gone game manager, but he has put his team on his back to win a lot of these games as well. I mean, he's led his team into comebacks and
But
done
they have
all
the
that
best
as well.
running back. They have one of the best receivers.
So we're gonna blame him for
No, we're not
having a good
blaming him,
team.
but does that make you like the best?
Yes.
You know?
Yes. I think he has earned that right. Just simply because if you take Jalen away, who are we putting into that kind of spot? Right? Isn't it too early for a Jaden Daniels?
No, I think Jaden Daniels could win with that team.
That's what I mean. Isn't it a little too kind of early for that to happen
We'll
right
see
now?
that's what I'm saying. We'll see this year.
Yeah, I think going
Honestly,
into
yeah.
this year.
Going
Now,
yeah.
one of the things that I saw on one of these graphics, Pat Mahomes is not a top 14 paid quarterback. What are we doing?
I know.
He's not in the top
that's
14
Remember
of
that
highest
deal
paid
he signed?
quarterbacks.
Underpaid.
Right? Like,
He's restructured his contract.
Yeah.
I think once or twice.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, but like, the long-term deal, right? Clearly a genius move by everybody in the front office of Kansas City. But why are more? I'm just surprised that we haven't seen more of that either. Is it because you don't trust it for 4 or 5 years? Like, you don't trust that, this is gonna be the guy. I think the only person that I saw last year that signed a deal that I thought had the potential of getting an 8-10 year deal was probably Jordan Love. I think if you're going to give him the money for, after sitting behind Aaron for 3 years, starts for 1 year, has a fairly good year, you're going to give him the $55 million. Why not give him the 10-year deal? And now you don't have to worry about a Dak Prescott signing $60 million, right? Or somebody else, a CJ Stroud might sign a $70 million.
Yeah. And they
Right,
have to
like
repay
a
him.
Jaden Daniels now might sign, $75 million. So like, now you have to continue to re-up these people.
But I think it goes back to what you were saying the other day, right? It's just like you only got like Pat Mahomes who can consistently perform, on most weekends. And on most weekends, we don't know who the top 5 quarterbacks in the league are.
Yeah,
So I think you can for sure say Pat Mahomes is gonna perform this weekend.
yeah,
But you can't say that about the other guys. Maybe Lamar.
yeah.
But that's just because I'm biased.
Yeah, Lamar, Josh, Joe, I think you can say that now
Yeah.
with. Those 4 are going to show up and put their teams on their back, but are they going to win every week? I think that remains to be. Also because, like, Big Red, Andy Reid, and Pat Mahomes, I think they have formed a really good. Like, I don't know if you can say that about every other situation. I think Lamar with Harbaugh is a pretty good pairing as well. But I don't know if you can say that about McDermott and Josh, Zach Taylor and Joe Burrow, just because they haven't proven yet to the league and to fans like that they can consistently make in-game adjustments to win at a high level. I think we've seen it be done with Andy Reid a lot, right? So it's like, if it's a close game. Also, They be cheating sometimes. I mean, the Denver Broncos had them beat, blocked field goal, to win the game.
Yeah.
Absurd. The Raiders had them beat, botched snap by your center, you lose. Like, it was just some of those games where I'm like, is Roger
It's the
Goodell
juju.
calling
It's the
in? Like, what's
juju,
going
bro.
on
It's
here?
a juju.
Right? Is Taylor Swift doing the juju? What's going on here, right? But staying in the NFL, I saw a report by Adam Schefter, I want to say, of the ESPN, talk about Scary Terry McLaurin, being unhappy with some of the contract discussions that have happened around him. Now, the Commanders and just Washington in general, Scary Terry has been the Washington Commanders way before Jaden McDaniels got there, right? Before Jaden Daniels got there, it was Scary Terry. Now, it's just weird to see, like, they are not rewarding everything that he means to that franchise, that organization, and, like, just the fans. I would also... He's an incredible player. Like, why not give him the money, especially early? Now you see Garrett Wilson just signed for 32.
Yeah.
Now he's like, he can come to the bargaining table and be like, I can produce similar numbers. Give me the 30-some million.
Yeah. And he could have left to Dallas.
Yeah.
And he stayed.
Yeah, tough place to play, and especially in that division.
Yeah, but they would have paid him.
Yeah.
You know?
Speaking of Dallas, are they now the best receiving duo in football with George Pickens and CeeDee Lamb?
I didn't like Pickens in the playoffs last year. Every time something bad would happen, he'd always throw up his hands. It wasn't his fault. Did you guys notice that?
Yeah, I mean, there has
He had a couple
definitely
overs
been...
on him.
Yeah, there's...
I didn't like that.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely been an issue with, the attitude and things like that. I think that has come up on the internet. I mean, Mike T has talked about it as well. It's just surprising to see that happen in Pittsburgh, just simply because, Tomlin doesn't strike you as an individual to kind of, like, put up with all that. But, hopefully they figure it out in Dallas.
Yeah.
Who's their head coach now?
I don't even know.
Brian...
That's how you know they might not figure it out. If we don't know who their head coach is,
Brian Strothenheimer.
Yeah, Brian Strothenheimer.
Is that his name?
Yeah.
Dude.
shout out to Brian.
Shout out to BS.
Be praying for you.
Hopefully they figure it out in Jerry World out in Dallas. Look. Yeah.
Offensive coordinator got called up.
Well, there you go. I mean, hopefully they figure it out there, because Dallas Cowboys fans, I think they need it.
They need something.
Now, they have made some decisions, I think, in the offseason that have kind of surprised a lot of people. Obviously, the paying of Dak was necessary. $60 million is a lot of money. It's a lot of money to give Dak Prescott, who we all think is an incredible player, obviously incredible human as well off the field, everything he has to deal with. And we'll never understand what it is like to quite play for the Dallas Cowboys. I do think it is very different than playing anywhere else, especially as a quarterback in the National Football League. But, yeah, they need to figure it out. And then they also lost some of their line to retirement. So is it going to be a plug-and-play system? That's going to be hard.
On top of that, their salary cap situation is not looking the best, since they do have to re-sign Micah Parsons to a contract extension.
He's going to ask for it.
And he's going to ask for it.
Yeah, I mean, like 40 plus for
If
sure.
things go south for Dallas for the next, 2-3 years, do you guys think they stay as America's team?
Yeah, I mean, it's tough
You
to...
think so?
Until the 90s people and the early 80s people die off, they'll always
until the boomers die off.
Yeah, dead ass. That's all.
Who's gonna take their place? Either the Patriots, the Packers.
Not the Patriots. That'll be too far gone. They're not gonna win anytime soon.
Chiefs, maybe.
Yeah, Chiefs.
Chiefs. Yeah, it would be the Chiefs.
But America's team would mean I would think the Patriots would be
But no, it'd be like
red, white, and blue. Fair.
Winners.
Ooh, yeah.
Winners.
Winners.
America's team is based on winners.
Yeah,
that's what America's built
why
on,
they're-
man.
Yeah.
Dallas,
but I
they
mean,
won
Dallas
in the
hasn't
90s.
won in 30 years.
Yeah.
So they
That's what I'm
remained.
saying, all
But they
the old
remained.
white guys that raise their sons to love the Dallas Cowboys. That's how it's going on. And once those people die off, there's gonna have to be a new team.
All their sons are gonna go to a winning franchise.
yeah,
They might go to the Chiefs.
100%. They can't always cheer for a losing team.
I feel like if they don't make the playoffs within these next 2-3 seasons, they might have to move on from Dak just because of that big contract he just signed.
but we thought
it's gonna be hard to move.
Yeah, but we thought if they were gonna move on from Dak, it would be to Trey Lance.
Fair.
Obviously, that didn't pan out. I
Yeah.
assume Trey Lance wasn't, exactly the person that they thought he was going to be when they traded for him. But some people had a plan in place to have like a kind of succession. Obviously, Atlanta had a very interesting plan with paying Kirk Cousins a lot of money and then drafting Michael Penix Jr. at the 8th overall pick, which surprised everybody.
Hey, shout out to Kirk Cousins' agent, dog.
Yeah,
Crazy contract.
he's
made so much.
Good for him.
Good for him. Also, Netflix's quarterback. He is an addition on both seasons. We love Kirk.
Yeah.
I think Kirk is
That's my QB.
Yeah, we want Kirk to do well everywhere he goes. Not quite sure the role I think he kind of talked about it on in the show as well. Not quite sure where he's going to fit in. If it's going to be in Atlanta, if it's going to be somewhere else. But maybe, he figures it out soon. And again, it's Michael Penix's team now, so maybe he's in a backup role, mentorship role, but
I feel like they didn't give him enough time to prove himself. Like, it was pretty early on into the season. How many games was it?
it was like week 10 or something that he got. He had a stretch of 4 or 5 games where it was not very good.
And they had winning
quarterback
drive
play.
chances, and he just
fair.
Yeah.
Never mind.
So I think it's gonna be
I
tough.
thought they were taking the Green Bay approach with Rodgers and J Love.
They're paying him way too much to back him up.
Who?
Yeah.
Kirk Chains, man.
Yeah, but they've already made that decision.
Yeah.
Right? So they already have to pay him that. So if you're going to, let's say, trade him or move on, the other team is going to ask you to pay at least most of that salary. So you've already kind of made that bet. I do think, though, all of it, right, and all of it is great if the Falcons win, right? You made the correct decision with whatever you've done, right? Let's say you paid, whoever you've paid and moved on from, whatever the case. If you win with Michael Penix Jr. and he is the quarterback that you thought he was when you drafted him, and he plays that way, and you're able to sneak into the playoffs or maybe win the division, right? It all makes sense. Everything will be, everybody will still cheer for you because that was. I just think that some teams don't, haven't really figured out a succession plan, and now when you have to move on from a quarterback, you're kind of scrambling, right? Minnesota last year, obviously the Sam Darnold thing won you 13 games.
14, I think, no?
Maybe 14, and lost the division and ended up playing on the road for a first playoff game because you lost to the Lions on the very last game of the season. But he wins you that many games, and you still move on from him.
Yeah.
I think Kevin O'Connell just knows how to coach QBs. He's like, I'll bring in the next guy. I'll teach him.
No, they have JJ.
But
He's not proven yet.
but
I think the same thing. Don't get me wrong, but that's what they're thinking. We got JJ. We don't need to pay because Sam's gonna. How much did he?
But he
sign
got
for?
30 million. That's
Sam?
not that much, right? If
that's
somebody's
for
getting
starting-
55 at
He
the
wins
starting
you
level,
13 games?
Yeah,
he
I
wins
went-
you
I
that
went
many
about 30,
games.
yeah.
Where did he sign?
Seattle.
Oh.
Which I think worked out well for him
Yeah.
as well.
For both.
He remains a starter in the National Football League. Obviously, he earned that position, but I just think if you're gonna move on from Sam, is JJ gonna win you 14 games? Is he gonna win you 10 plus games? I think that remains to be a question. Kevin O'Connell will figure it out.
Yeah.
He'll figure it
Yeah.
out.
He's a good coach.
He's an incredible
He's a
coach. I
good-
think he's a
yeah.
quarterback guru. A lot of these coaches, if you notice, have come from the Sean McVay tree, have had success. Obviously, the Kyle Shanahan tree continues to grow as well. Speaking of which, obviously, he ends up back as the defensive coordinator, Bob Saleh, back in San Francisco. Now, the Niners are in a very interesting position because for a while there, it felt like NFC was kind of run by the Niners. And now, if you look at just like their roster, they've lost a lot. I don't think people actually recognize how much they've actually lost in this offseason. I think they've given, Hufunga left. Like, there's so many attributes on that defense that have left. Obviously, the big names are still there. Kittle with, he signed an extension. Fred Warner, Nick Bosa. Joey Bosa signed Buffalo.
Yeah,
Right?
1
1
year deal.
year deal on a Joey Bosa signed in Buffalo. We thought he was going to play with his brother in San Francisco. But they lost a lot. Obviously, McCaffrey coming back is going to be a big addition.
Brock Purdy's now a top 10 paid quarterback.
Yeah, had to be.
Had to be.
I think he had definitely earned the money. He had by far exceeded every expectations that was set for him. Also think that the kind of the rhetoric around him was very, very unfair. But, they do say that the draft and where you get drafted does follow you throughout your career. Right? So, like, not his fault that he was the very last pick, but also it does follow you throughout your career, like what ends up happening, right? But, yeah, I just think, like, San Francisco, very interesting situation, right? Because, in that division, I think the Rams are still going to be very good.
Devontae definitely.
Puka and Devontae.
Puka and Devontae.
And Stafford.
Yeah, like that's gonna be a very,
it's a
and then
triple threat.
Sean McVay offense.
Yeah,
Right. Like
it seems
still
like
gonna
it's
be very good team. And if they can stay healthy, I think it's gonna be very hard to beat them. We'll see what Arizona is obviously out there. I don't know if you guys saw, but Marvin Harrison Jr. looks
He looks
fucking jacked.
He's been in the gym.
He is jacked, dude.
Jacked.
Like absolutely.
Did
It
you
looked
see
like
the comparison from rookie.
Yeah.
It was like 2 inches, 3 inches.
oh,
Whoa.
pause.
a bicep. Yeah, that was crazy.
Might need a little pause button for
That was
you.
crazy. Wow.
Pause. Real quick.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
That was great.
did look crazy. Now let's pivot away from the NFL, which again continues to deliver even in the off season. NFL still remains to be king of sports. Home run derby happened this past week, yesterday.
Yeah.
Right? I love the home run derby. I think it's actually, as an all-star kind of skills challenge, that one actually feels like a fun thing. Now, I've always wondered, how is it that these batters are able to hit from both sides?
Some of them, not all.
But
of them.
switch hitters are
It's like
Cal Raleigh,
he's
the
a
big
switch hitter?
dumper. He's
Yeah.
a switch. How is he able to hit just as well from both sides?
'Cause he's him. So is Richkin on the Orioles. He's a switch hitter and he's a great hitter too.
Yeah, but I couldn't imagine like
He's
walking up, seeing the pitcher, right? If he's right-handed, left-handed, I'm
That's how they
gonna
pick.
change, which way I stand,
Insane.
and but still have the same level of production, like swinging from both. Like
It's
I'm
a
wondering
hand.
how what kind of kind of
No,
movement.
you're just born like that. I think you're what's it called?
Ambidextrous.
Ambidextrous.
Yeah, so
Because both your hands are dominant, right?
but doesn't it seem like in baseball there's so many switch hitters? There's so many switch
There's
hitters.
not so many.
There's a lot.
There's
of
a lot of
hitters.
switch hitters, but there's only a handful that are like good, like extremely good.
Extremely good. Yeah,
Yeah.
and Cal Raleigh, I think the polarizing thing about him is that he's a catcher.
Yeah,
A dominant catcher
Yeah,
as
si-
well. So it's like him leading the MLB in home runs and then going out to the home run derby and
winning it.
winning,
Yeah.
right, as the favorite, who I don't know when was the last time that ever happened. The favorite going into the derby won. But him doing that, playing in Seattle, where, because I think it's,
It's easier, isn't it?
yeah, but I don't know if it's easier, but I think Seattle doesn't get the same amount of love,
Oh yeah.
just because they're so far away from.
It's easier to hit home runs in Seattle though.
Again, something.
I
Baseball's
hate
so
that.
weird.
I hate
Baseball's
that.
so weird.
Why is
right?
everyone-
Colorado's hard.
First, we have the draft on a Sunday night while games are being played in your league.
That's
right.
weird.
A day before All-Star break,
But that's
you're gonna
because-
have the draft in the middle of
Over
July.
Zoom as well, right? Wasn't it?
I-
Yeah, because those guys aren't gonna be see the major leagues until they're like 3-4 years.
Again,
Nobody really cares about those guys. It's more for the GM.
which is an absurd thing. So I'm gonna get drafted number 1 overall, get paid $11 million or whatever the hell it
11.
is, and I'm not gonna play with my team for 3 years.
Yeah.
I
They're 17.
I'll never understand that again. But then, you have some parks that are smaller than others, or the wall is shorter, or whatever the case may be, and it's like, why would that be the case in every? Could you imagine you're playing basketball and one of the hoops are lower in another arena?
Yeah. It makes
Like-
no sense.
Like that would make absolutely no sense, right? Like it would just be harder to shoot the ball.
Yeah.
And everything else as well. But like in baseball, they're just able to have different ballpark sizes.
I feel like they just make up the rules as they go.
No,
Like,
no.
they
But
just,
this
like,
is one of
whatever-
the
they're like,
oldest
whatever. I know.
leagues.
No, the rules don't change much in baseball. Like
No,
that.
the rules
Yeah.
are the same, but
Yeah,
it's like
there's a minimum height or a minimum distance.
no, the size of the diamond and the outfield is the same in all ballparks, right? It's the home run ability because of
The wall.
the way the stadium is built.
Yeah.
Right, is just different in every park, which just me, I don't know, I'll never understand that. I feel like that just makes the sport a little bit weird. So then like the people that are able to hit a home run in every stadium, they should be celebrated a little
Yeah, a
bit
lot
more
more,
because I
yeah.
assume that's a little
But
bit
that's
harder
like
to
your
do.
your top 5 home run hitters in a season. That's them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those guys can hit it in every park, no matter what.
yeah. Baseball has kept us alive.
Somebody
I will
hit.
say.
Sorry. Somebody hit a 520-foot home run yesterday.
O'Neal Cruz, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he is unbelievable. And I saw, I remember seeing the reaction to that, the internet, on the internet, and I thought, he's him.
Yeah.
He
And-
absolute dog. Like, just, I think ever since he came into the league and people started to see him and like his speed, everything about it was just like, this guy's very good at what he does. Maybe we should watch him a little bit more. But yeah, we are in the dog days of sports. I feel like baseball has kind of kept us. Especially for the gamblers.
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. There's some
Kept the
lines.
itch alive, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. I wonder what happens with baseball going forward. I wonder if they'll ever just kind of figure it out.
Like,
Maybe, but it's like everyone's tired during the summer. Like we've been watching NFL, we've been watching NBA, we've been watching NHL. Like
Yeah, nobody can sit through 164 games.
Yeah, that's way too many games.
That's way too many
Yeah,
games.
way too many.
Like you're just
Yeah.
checking the score. Maybe if it's on TV when you pass by, you're
Yeah.
like, I'll give it a watch.
I will say there are some people that watch every game. Like if they're a Jays fan, they'll watch every Jays game. That
Yeah,
season.
and we have
Yeah.
to celebrate those people.
Yeah.
Shout out
Like,
to
they
you
keep
guys.
they keep
That
us
is
running.
that is a level of dedication that we definitely do not have. Now we are trying to slowly get into baseball and things like that, but it's just so hard with baseball.
Come
It's just so hard.
October,
Oh,
it's
wow.
definitely worth
Every
watching.
game,
October,
every
yeah.
game, every
Yeah,
series.
October baseball. I will say out of all the 4 major sports that we love, right? Especially the playoffs are always like very good in every sport. I feel like
Yeah.
like they have continued to the NHL playoffs always deliver.
This year was insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But almost always they
Yeah.
deliver because in the NHL you just like there's so many. I mean, motherfuckers are playing with a broken leg.
Yeah.
Right? Motherfuckers are playing with broken ribs, and you would never know, right?
You
It's
don't find out till after.
Never find out, and like, there's just the energy in the building you can feel, and then because you see different fan bases in Canada, this, that. I mean, the Winnipeg Barn this year was, it was incredibly loud. Like the whiteout was, so. That was just an incredible shot as well from the outside and things like that. Obviously here in Edmonton with the Oilers and what we're able to do with, Connor and Leon and Stu, just like the atmosphere of all these buildings, like it was just But I feel like the NHL playoffs always deliver. And then you go to the NBA, we saw, small market teams, like the atmosphere in some of those places. I mean, the Timberwolves, right? Obviously the Thunder, the Pacers, like, the Rockets even. Like, some of those barns were just so incredible.
Insane. The atmosphere was just top notch all the time. Everybody goes hard.
Yeah, I wonder what, how, Gary Bettman, I think, talked about an expansion happening again.
But they both did. Silver did too. They always I think they throw it out there.
The NBA, I think, is a little bit further away just because we haven't seen it.
You don't think Seattle's going to come back?
Bro, the thing is, like, with Gary Bettman, right, he has actually, I mean, you got Seattle, which happened, 2-3 years ago? Vegas, right? And then you got Utah. So this is just what we've seen in the last, 10 years, less than 10 years.
They're talking about Atlanta again.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
so this is just what we've seen. So it's like he's actually taken the step to get to expansions.
In the NBA, I feel like Silver is waiting for LeBron to retire because I have heard rumors of LeBron wanting
ownership
of the Las Vegas, whatever.
Yeah, that's what I heard too.
And Shaq is also interested in that as well.
Yeah, more players might be. It will be kind of interesting to see if players. I mean, let's be honest here, though. Obviously, Alex Rodriguez getting part of the Timberwolves ownership, I think, is very good. Now, what he will have to pay for Ant-Man going forward will be very interesting. Is it going to be, $1 million a game? Is it going to be, $80+ million a year? Definitely seems like we're in that direction. Obviously, Devin Booker signs the 72.5. The reigning MVP signs over $70 million a year. Love the comments by Charles Barkley about that, by the way.
These guys should never be unhappy.
Never, right?
72 million a year.
Is that what he said?
Yeah.
I didn't hear it. What did he say?
Yeah, he said you should never walk around unhappy if you're making that much money to dribble a basketball, which we love these athletes, okay? We could never be this, so I think that they deserve it, especially with Devin Booker. Had to give him that money.
Oh, yeah.
Now, Phoenix is a very interesting spot. We never really got to touch on how the Kevin Durant move kind of might impact not just the Suns, but like the Western Conference in general. Coach, I'd love to get your thoughts on that.
I mean, I didn't understand. They got some pretty good picks out of it. They got Jalen Green, spotty a little bit. I like the Dylan Brooks pickup. That's a good pickup. They've got some decent picks in the draft in Malawak, the guy from Duke there. I think he's actually underrated. He hasn't been used to his full potential, especially at Duke. I think he was probably the third guy behind Flag and Knuppel.
Mm-hmm.
So I think him coming into this season, I think we can see his stardom going up. And I think what else?
They also got Mark Williams, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, that happened 5 minutes apart, which, I mean, they addressed their center position within 5 minutes. Rob Pelinka hasn't addressed it in 2 years.
They got 8. Chill out. They got 8, man.
Fair. And they did get him cheap. I mean, they got him cheaper than what the Clippers got Brook Lopez.
Yeah.
Right? So this is, for a number 1 overall pick, still kind of in his prime, if not entering his prime. To get him at $8 million.
I mean, he's got to prove it this year if he wants the big contract next year.
Yeah, but what is he proving? That he can play in the NBA? I feel like he's proven that.
Yeah,
can he play in the purple and gold? Now that is a conversation for everybody. Right?
How does he fit with Luka, especially since that's your franchise cornerstone?
I feel like,
but my thing with that whole conversation with the fit with, just as a casual viewer, obviously I love the NBA, but just as a viewer, right? I thought the whole conversation around Luka Doncic was that he makes everybody else better around him and he can play with anybody. So, are we still trying to get the fit right? Because
no,
I thought he's the guy that gets everybody to fit.
Mm-hmm.
He is.
But there's two sides of the ball, right? Aiden needs to prove that he can play defensively.
Yes.
Luka is not.
He's lost some weight.
Not that great of a defender.
He's lost some weight.
You
seen
guys
the
see
video?
the pictures? Yeah, you see it.
He's walking around skinny.
Yeah. The Ozempic shots? Or?
I hope so. Shit. Get in the gym some. He's going to be good for next season. Trade LeBron
maybe it's just the...
Trade LeBron away. Sign some.
Trade LeBron.
Trade
Trade
LeBron.
LeBron.
Who are you even getting for LeBron though? That's
Look,
the
let-
thing.
I
We'll
want
touch-
someone's whole team. I'll tell you that much. Starting 5 hours.
How long of I mean, I don't know if they're ready to trade LeBron away. But look, before we get into any of that, right? You bring in Ayton, you keep Austin Reeves. Is there a way that you pair this together, and then next year you go out and get a star,
Yeah. that
right?
is
Because
true.
I don't know if, and this is just what the internet has told me. Okay, Laker fans are very loud on the internet, as we know. Is that this team that is currently constructed with LeBron, with Luka, with AR as their big three, Bronny and Ayton. Are you competing for a championship this year? I mean, that's kind of the reason that there's been conversations around LeBron potentially wanting, or
See,
I don't know if it's LeBron wanting to
see,
leave,
Yeah,
or
LeBron.
somebody else wanting LeBron to leave, or what the case
Is there
might be.
even any stars open for free
Next-
agent
no.
next year? No.
Next
not
year,
this
yes.
Yeah, next year.
Isn't
yeah.
Giannis the main one?
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
next year
honest.
there's going to be a lot
And
more.
Jokic seems like he's going to want to come to LA.
Luka, Jokic, you know?
Jokic is not going out.
Luka, he wants to play with Luka, bro.
That would be
That'd
an
be
absurd
crazy.
combination.
Imagine
Yeah.
how many viewers from Europe would watch the Lakers.
There's,
Adam
I mean,
Silver's
problem
like
is-
this. Adam Silver's like
the,
this.
the problem is there's only one basketball.
Oh, bro, they don't.
There's
bro.
only one
They're the most
basketball.
pass-friendly duo in the league. They would be, I think.
No, there's not enough.
You
I
think Luka's a
I
ball
want
hog? You
Yoke
think-
with the ball.
And Luka
You-
would be
Luke-
like, okay, I can sit in the
Luka's not
corner and
playing
have
off
beers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if Luka could play off ball.
Yeah, he's not
He
playing
needs
off
to
ball.
Jokic, I could see
Yeah.
him being able to play off ball.
Either one,
I
they
don't
wouldn't.
know.
I don't think they would fight. You think they would fight?
I don't think they'd fight. I
No.
just don't think it'd be a good matchup.
I think it would be.
Plus, defensively, like, do you think that would
Yoke
work
is
out?
not as bad defensively as people
As
say.
I
Yeah,
think people
I
have
agree
made
with
him
that.
out to be.
He's in the right spot all the time.
Yeah, incredible help defender.
Yeah.
Very interesting to see what happens with the Nuggets as well going forward. I think the Western Conference did kind of get shaken up with the Kevin Durant move to the Rockets. Are they going to be a top 3 team in the West this coming year, Coach?
I think so. They're top 2. They finished second seed. You
Yeah.
add Kevin Durant,
Yeah.
right? You add someone who can actually be a consistent scorer, right? Kevin Durant can give you buckets, and they have pieces. They got who they have on their squad? They have that
Amen
Easton,
Thompson.
Thompson, like
Yeah.
they
Sengun.
Shangoon, like
Sangoon's a monster.
like
I think
they got
Reed
they
Shepard might have a bigger chance.
yeah,
this year.
exactly. And they still have pieces if they want to make a trade come like mid-season.
Yeah, speaking of kind of staying in the realm of the NBA, there was Paul George had another surgery. I didn't know that he was.
I thought he already had
I
it.
think he got hurt during like a practice or a workout.
No, he probably got hurt walking to the facility.
There-
like same thing as when he was at the Clippers, man. Like he
There
might
was,
cook steak.
One of the posts that was made of the Paul George thing, somebody said that the Wells Fargo handicap thing is just the Philadelphia players.
It's just him and JoJo.
I mean, there's a lot. I mean, they
Yeah.
had Tyrese hurt for
Jared.
most of last year as well.
Is that a team that you think can actually make a run next year?
If they're all healthy.
I don't know if Philadelphia thinks that they're a team that can make a run. I think that they have tried to put pieces together. We hope they make it. I think
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
Philadelphia 76ers being good is actually good for the NBA.
Yes.
Now, they did... Well, what pick did they get? Third, right? I thought their
Yeah,
draft
yeah,
pick was
Cole.
very good
Yeah.
as well. We'll see what he kind of pans out to be, but
I mean, East is wide open right now.
East
It
is
is,
wide
yeah.
open. So, like, I wouldn't be surprised if Philadelphia is a really good team. I just think that they were this was a fairly big offseason for them into the direction that they want to be as a franchise. I mean, if you're going to stick with JoJo, you probably have to win within the next 2 years.
Is he
Right?
confirmed healthy now?
I heard he has to medically retire, maybe.
Yeah, but that is...
yeah.
Yeah,
take that
JoJo being healthy is always kind of a question mark, and that's kind of why it's hampered them throughout their kind of tenure with Philadelphia. But I mean, it's just very. I think they're in a very peculiar situation with who is their coach now.
Nick
Nick
Nurse.
Nurse.
Nick
though.
Nurse.
Nick Nurse.
Yeah, it's
That's-
been his coach.
Yes, I forgot that Nick Nurse went to
And then
You know, as a Raptors
yeah.
fan, that still hurts.
Kyle Lowry re-upped as well, his 20th NBA season with Nick Nurse again.
To prove
Kyle
it,
Lowry has played 20
Yeah.
years in the NBA.
Yeah.
You know,
Chubby
that's
chicken.
Only the
that's
tallest
one of the
player.
most impressive things I've
That's the
ever
real
I've
big
actually
dumper,
heard.
right?
Yeah, that's her. Pause. Pause. Holy.
Yeah, it is.
I believe he's the second point guard
It is.
ever to play 20 seasons.
Who's the
Other one's
one?
Chris Paul.
Which is still
He's
active.
still at
active.
82
I mean, he's going
games.
into his 21st
This is his
year.
last one, though. He said, right?
I
He's
think
still
he
looking for a
he
home.
hinted at that,
Yeah.
but we're not quite sure if
He wants
that,
to
you
play
know.
back closer to home, closer to LA.
Yeah.
Spend time with his family.
Is he from California?
No, he's
He's
from
from
North
North-
Carolina.
His family
Yeah.
resides there at the moment.
Yeah,
I
but
guess.
Oh,
it'll
they
be
never
kind of
moved him.
interesting
Yeah.
to see what transpired. I mean, I just think the whole Kyle Lowry 20 years. I mean, at that size and his play style, to play 20 years in the
Insane.
NBA
Yeah.
is
And the way
very
he plays.
impressive.
Yeah,
That's
all
what I'm
It's
those
a lot of
charges he's
bumps,
taken,
yeah.
oh, man.
Yeah.
It's
And then
wild.
not to mention like to groom some of these players. I mean, Fred VanVleet just became the president of the National
Yeah.
Basketball Players Association, but also got paid,
Paid.
$25 million a year,
Yeah.
which I think he's probably underpaid for.
Yeah.
I think
He
he took a
he was
friendly
making 40
deal.
last year.
That's what I mean. I think he took a team-friendly deal to stay there and have an opportunity to win with Kevin Durant. But hopefully, you know, yeah, more people can kind of model their game after a Kyle Lowry that are.
Small,
Yeah,
small
'cause-
guards.
Yeah, there was a clip that kind of came into my algorithm with Kevin Durant talking to LeBron and Steve Nash. Also, great podcast, by the way.
Yo, did you see him take a jab at MJ during that pod?
Yeah, he
Who?
was just like, dude,
Who?
he retired.
Kevin Durant.
Yeah, some people went to go play baseball, right?
Yeah. That was sneaky.
Yeah, but I mean, he's
And
in
he
the
still
presence-
has more championships than both of them
He's-
combined.
He's
Oh no, the
No,
same
no, no,
amount.
no.
The same
Same
amount.
amount.
yeah.
That's tough.
yeah,
That's
He-
tough. More MVPs, final MVPs for sure.
yeah, he's in the same presence though of he's in the presence of LeBron though.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's
So
just
like
about,
it's hard to be like. I mean, I don't know if it was necessary to
yeah,
say,
it just came out of nowhere. Like nobody was even talking about the guy, bro.
but it was funny to see. There was a lot of glazing going on in that podcast,
Yeah.
by the way. There's a lot of glazing going on. And I'm like, watching that, and I'm like, you guys understand that you're competitors, right? But anyways, I'm happy that they have this, relationship.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
like, Kevin, I think, said on the pod that 6 foot and under, or like 6'4" and under guards are no longer something that is even viable in the NBA just
No.
because you're able to pick on somebody every single
Yeah.
time down,
Yeah, it's crazy.
right? Especially we saw in the playoffs, like you're able to run the exact same play for the exact same, person that you're hunting. So Kyle Lowry, again, stay at that size to be this value. The funny thing about it all, though, is that Fred VanVleet is his starting point guard who's under 6'4".
But that
Oh
that's
my
the
goodness.
thing though. Like some of these guys, like Kyle Lowry, Fred VanVleet, like they actually play defense. They're not
Yeah.
lazy. They actually hunt for the ball. They get steals. Even look at T.J. McConnell. He made it all the way
Yeah.
to the man. There was talks about him being Finals MVP if they'd won. For
Yeah,
real.
he was
Right, so it's just like it's an effort thing. It seems to be to me, anyways, that like these small guards can't compete anymore. Like even Drew Holiday,
Yeah.
he's a 6'4" guard, but Lou Dort, he's what 6'5".
Yeah, but I think the idea is like if you're that type of build,
Yeah,
big ass, stout, then there's you bring something.
yeah.
Pick it up
Pause,
all.
yeah, like big ass, yo. What the hell?
You know what I mean? You got a big caboose. You're able to.
Yo,
kind
pause
of,
again. Like, what do you think?
Well, I'm just
Saying
saying
it
that.
different was better. They
I'm
big
just-
legs, man, or something.
I'm just big quads.
Yeah,
know what
there
I
you
mean?
go, yeah.
If you're that type of build, I think there is a position for you because you can play some level of defense, right? But like it's just so hard to see, some of these players like kind of make it that are Rob Dillingham.
yeah,
right.
Dillingham, yeah.
He was drafted fairly high to be the replacement for Mike Conley,
Yeah.
but that's going to be tough. Now, the only way that works is because Ant is a pretty good defender. Now you've paired him with a Rudy Gobert and Jaden McDaniels who can play the perimeter. So, like, even if you're getting hunted, you have a dominant rim protection, right? But, like, still, I mean, they lost because Shea Gilgeous-Alexander absolutely hunted every single person and cooked. They're your best perimeter defender. So can you do that and continuously win? I think the switching element of the NBA is not only back, but it's here to stay.
Yeah.
Like you have to
It's just
have everybody
matchup
versatile.
hunting,
Yeah. And that's why I think like Bam Adebayo's like ability, but also like his value to every team that he's gonna be on. But just to like the Miami, he is so high.
Can move with the guards.
Yeah, he can guard all 5
Yeah.
positions.
I think Jerry Jackson as well, who got recently extended as well.
Did that come out of nowhere for everybody else, or was that?
I was surprised by the price point, but
No, I wasn't
like-
surprised by the price because I think he earned the money because of the defensive
He's
player of the
definitely worth
year.
that.
He should have
yeah.
got more.
Yeah, he
More.
was eligible
Yeah, he
for
should have
more.
got more.
But I think it was weird because you traded away Desmond Bain, and
That's
now,
what I'm like.
Orlando's gonna be
Where are the
scary.
Grizzlies going?
like who's
Yeah.
scoring on that team other than Ja? Because JJJ, like, is
He can
when you look at
score.
this in
he can
2024,
score.
He can
He's a
score.
good two-way player. But it's
Yeah.
just like I thought the direction of the team felt like they were changing the direction that they wanted to go to. But now you pay JJ, and now you have to kind of pay Ja. Like you can't move on from Ja now,
Yeah.
right? And then but you get rid of your coach in Taylor Jenkins,
Yeah.
who I thought was an
What
incredible-
happened? I heard something happened. He got fired a week before the season ended.
Yeah. Something about like
What does that mean?
front office.
Yeah.
Oh, you think he was an Ime Udoka
Yeah.
situation?
Some-
No,
I
no,
think
no.
so.
It was like
They never released it, did they?
it was more like he didn't like playing the system that the front office
Oh,
played,
I thought it
or
was
wanted
something-
him to play.
But why fire him with like 2 weeks left in the season?
Yeah, a lot of
What-
teams did make that decision.
I think
it
it's
was
like
very
if
weird.
he succeeds, then we got to keep this guy, and we don't like this guy.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
You know, better to fire him now, and then he doesn't succeed, than to bite the bullet.
Yeah,
True.
yeah. It was just he had a sweet beard though, sweet beard. I thought he actually like woke up in the morning and velcroed it on because it was so perfectly groomed all the time.
It's just
And I'm
beautiful.
very surprised that he wasn't in the running for the New York Knicks job.
Yeah,
Right? I thought that was kind of a surprise. Who got that job?
Mike Brown.
Mike Brown, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mike
Mike
Brown
Brown.
did from second.
I don't mind the hire either with Mike Brown.
Yeah, I mean I don't know enough about him. I know he did get let go in the middle of the year.
Yeah,
With I know he was LeBron's
He
first
helped the
coach,
Kings
second
Yeah.
coach.
break their streak, and make the playoffs a couple of years ago.
yeah,
Yeah, and then they still got rid of him very early
Yeah,
He
on
won
into
Coach of the
the
Year
year.
as well.
yeah. He did win Coach of the Year.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
Yeah. But like, I don't know. Like he was an assistant at Golden State for a while
Yeah.
under Steve Kerr. I didn't like the Tibbs firing. I think he was perfect for the New York culture. I just
Yeah.
think this year they just didn't have the depth, unfortunately, to run it through. And maybe that is some of Tibbs' fault as well. Like, you know, you run guys 50 minutes a
Yeah.
game. You know, guys aren't going to play well.
Tibbs had a winning record in New York, though. It was kind of unexpected firing someone.
you think the players had
no,
issues
I
with
don't
that?
know if that one was unexpected. I think the Tibbs
Yeah.
one was very
But
coming.
you just got what they lost in the Eastern Conference Finals, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and they beat Boston,
Yeah,
and they were gonna beat them. I feel like even with Tatum didn't get hurt,
Yeah.
it's a bit of a stretch.
No,
but,
I think that
they
yeah.
kind of had it. They had that game in New
They
York
look, yeah,
regardless.
they look
Yeah.
like they were locked
Yeah,
in.
they
Yeah.
look like they're gonna have it. Like, I don't know, but
Yeah.
maybe they just want to get away from him already. Start it off brand new. Start off a new season. Start off strong.
They signed
Yeah.
Jordan Clarkson. The rumors of bringing in Ben Simmons as well today.
Ben Simmons gets.
Ben Simmons is
He hasn't
still in the
signed
NBA?
officially, but
Bro,
he's a
he's
free
playing for
agent.
the Clippers.
Yeah, do you not
He's
know
He's
that?
still in the
Yeah,
NBA.
he's a
Yeah.
free agent. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good for Ben. Good for Ben.
He'd be a great fit on the Knicks. I feel like great fit.
Just gritty defense.
No, he will not.
Do you think
That's
he can
too big
take
of
the
a market.
media?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I doubt he'll play that much, so I think he'll be able to. Hopefully, but
Oilers made a big change. We'll kind of talk about that when we get back. More hockey talk to come after a short break. We'll be back in a few. Stay with us. Welcome back to the second hour of our show. Incredible first hour. Well done to the team.
That's cool.
First hour of our very first episode. I thought we did fairly well. I don't know what the comment sections were saying, but I thought we did very well. Let's touch on some UFC. Right, there's a big fight this coming weekend. UFC 318, I want to say, is what we're headed into. Is that?
I think so.
UFC, yeah. BMF title on the line. Dustin Poirier.
Yeah, 318.
And Max Holloway. Two legends, two pioneers of the sport, two incredible athletes, I think, that have built a Hall of Fame career. Two very, very different fighters, unique in their own way. Dustin Poirier, last ever fight, am I correct on that, right? I think he announced earlier in the year that this will be kind of his last giving moment to the UFC community.
Yep.
Yeah, this is his retirement fight.
Yep.
Love to see it. Love to see what the UFC has kind of done with the BMF title. I think this was the fight to be made in for Max as well and for Dustin. Now, if it will be Max's last ever fight, thank you for the incredible moments that he's given us. Now, Dustin Poirier, I think, will always be remembered for the second fight of the Conor McGregor era. But he has been very, very good at the light heavyweight division in the UFC. I think he's kind of held a standard in that division for a long time. And now to see him kind of fight another legend of the sport, their very, very first fight, I think, in the UFC was with each other, against each other. So for them to kind of do this as again, for a potential final fight of their careers, respectable careers, will be very, very incredible to see. Now, I'm very excited for this fight. I'm not quite sure who. I assume Max opens up as a slight favorite, I want to say.
Check.
But the BMF title, I don't know if that was the right direction that they should have taken with that. But, I mean, they're two bad mother effers.
I don't understand how, like, you can lose a fight and still keep your BMF title. Like, should you? Like,
it's not on the line.
What do you
still,
It
like,
depends
you're no
what the-
longer the baddest motherfucker, though.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah.
Facts.
Right?
Yeah.
You should lose it when you lose your
When-
fight,
when-
and it should go to the next person, even if it's like it should be on the line every
Yeah,
fight.
every fight,
Yeah.
no matter what.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah. But I think that this is going to be... What is the co-main? Do you know? Have we pulled that
it's
up?
Paulo Costa. Paulo Costa and
Paul Costa.
Yeah.
He's still
he's
fighting?
Still fighting, yeah.
The Brazilian, who I think was
Roman Kopylov.
kind of at the height of his career during the Israel Adesanya.
Oh, Kevin Holland, Daniel Rodriguez. That's a good fight.
So pretty good card, I think, coming up in
Yeah.
the UFC. After the last card, I thought was pretty incredible as well. With Ilia Topuria kind of taking over the UFC world,
my
and
God.
the knockout
Every time
that
I
he
hear
had.
that song, bro.
Yeah,
It's
against
so lit.
Charlie Olives. That was an incredible fight. I thought a lot of the fights on that card were very, very good. The knockouts were incredible as well. Felt like it definitely delivered. Now, we'll be interested to see what the UFC matchmakers kind of do with Topuria. I know we have kind of seen that they want to target Paddy and Ilia together. Will that be in the O2 Arena in London? Will that be in Spain at the Bernabeu, I think, where Barcelona plays?
Yeah.
Madrid.
That would be...
Yeah.
Is that where Madrid plays?
Yeah,
yeah,
Madrid. Yeah.
I thought they play at Camp Nou.
No, that's Barca.
That's
Oh, other way around.
Come,
Okay,
wow.
fair. I grew up as a Barcelona fan, so I
That's
forgot.
a sacrilegious
about-
thing.
Yeah,
to
that's
say.
like like people die for that shit.
Yeah, I'm sorry for everybody that might have offended. Look, that's across the pond. Nobody's gonna look. Come on, right? But that would be an incredible fight for them to make. Now, the one thing with the UFC that I feel like could be potentially a little bit different is that nobody will reach the height of a Conor, right? I think the notorious Conor McGregor changed a lot of what the UFC was. So I don't know if anybody's
You
ever
guys
said
see
that.
what happened over the weekend with Connor?
Yeah, he's been in the media for very different reasons. Interesting reasons. That has always surrounded him, I feel like, outside as well. And maybe potentially the reason why he has never kind of come back. You know, the Michael Chandler fight never happened, and all that. Potential reason is some of the off the field, let's say outside of the octagon kind of situations that he deals with. But you know, when you make that much money and when you have the notoriety that he does, he gets a little bit more of the leeway with that. But I just feel that, you know, is Ilya now in the position where he is the next big star in the UFC? The UFC hasn't really capitalized on the stardom that became a Conor McGregor, so we haven't really seen a star in the UFC since a Conor.
Yeah,
like,
I feel like Ilya will take over the UFC just because he's gonna bring in all of Europe. All of Europe's behind him. All of Spain's behind him. Like they're talking about selling out the Bernabeu for that fight.
Yeah, I
mean
mean
that's 80,000 people.
And these Europeans, man,
they go
love
crazy.
Combat sports.
Yeah, and they'll get behind a guy. Like remember, like at Connor's prime, the Irish people.
The Irish,
Spain's like double that.
Leon, the English behind Leon Edwards.
Yeah,
I mean, that was
a huge thing too.
Yeah, so it'll be kind of, but it's just, you know, the matchups have to make sense, right? Yeah. I wanted to see Topuria Islam.
That'll be after. It's because Patty's been talking so much shit. You know, just wants to get it over with because you know it's gonna be quick.
It's gonna be quick.
And that builds up the next fight.
Yeah,
too.
Yeah, exactly. He takes like 8 months off.
Yeah, I do think that Patty does have a realistic chance of winning and upsetting Topuria. Obviously, you know, he's got dynamite in his hands. And Paddy Pimblett
he has no chance.
My only problem with the Paddy thing happening right now is that he's kind of cutting the line, right? Like, you're kind of promoting him to that fight.
Yeah, but he's not
has
ready
he
for
earned?
it.
Yeah,
no,
has he earned his way?
They're throwing him to the dogs.
Yeah, like
for sure.
And if you remember, right, like the lightweight division in the UFC has, for a long time, and even in the recent past, has been like death row. It is very hard to get to. Right, I mean, Justin Gaethje has been in that division for so long, and he's only had two title fights, and then like if you lose that, the journey back is just so incredibly difficult.
But it should be, I feel like.
No, I completely agree with that. Yeah. I think it should be very hard to get back, but it's like, you know, are we not then giving other people, like, where does Arman Tsarukyan go then, right? And what happens with Arman? Because I think I think the opening odds for Arman versus Ilya Topuria, Arman's probably going to be the favorite in that fight. Like, I think it's going to be very hard for oddsmakers to give it to, because now you want people to bet on the star, which is Ilya Topuria.
Yeah, that's true, yeah.
And as a wrestler background with Arman, like, I think he is going to be very, very hard to beat. I just think that the punishment with him makes sense, obviously, with, you know, Uncle Dana kind of having, you know, a bit of a tussle. Like, dude, you can't pull out like this late in the game. You just can't do that, because now we had Moicano, and, you know, that just wasn't really even a matchup. Now, Islam moving up against an absolute dog in JDM, I think he cannot underestimate what that fight is going to be like, because even if he, you know, gets that fight and gets the belt, like, is Ilya going to move up to 170? Does he move back down to 155? It'll be kind of interesting to see what happens there. The UFC, though, has continued to deliver and make good, you know, matchups, and also travel the globe and have fights in very combat sport dominated places. Yeah. Obviously, you know, going to Abu Dhabi and going to Australia, going to the UK, coming to Canada, you know, having all these places in the US, I think it's just kind of grown the sports. Obviously now their partnership with TKO, WWE is involved, boxing is involved, Canelo Alvarez fight with Bud Crawford.
Yeah, that's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, incredible, right? I think that was, the marriage between and Dana White being the promoter.
Yeah, that was weird because
think.
it was the Saudis that are promoting it, but it's in
So-
Las Vegas.
Well, TKO got bought,
Yeah.
right? And TKO now the umbrella is they're all together. So boxing, UFC, and WWE
But
is all
that's
under
owned
the
by
same
UAE.
umbrella.
That's owned by.
Yeah, these Saudis came in with the money
That's
and they
TKO.
yeah,
Oh,
so they
okay,
bought
okay.
all of that. So now they are able to make boxing have matchups that we all as fans have been
Finally,
dying to
finally.
watch.
'Cause-
Right?
Yeah.
I think
Because
when
now
you
they're
talked
paying
about,
guys where they can't even say no.
yeah, and you
And I
talked
think
about how like in like North America, it's different. Like boxing has a different tone.
Yeah.
Whereas like in South America and like across the pond, it's a
way
much bigger thing.
That's yeah.
I think part of that is because we haven't had the fights that we want to see.
Like when Mayweather was fighting is huge. It was
Yeah.
huge. Yeah.
Right? Like now we have, Jake Paul fighting and
I
he's
know.
doing incredible numbers because
How about him
he
being
sells.
He's ranked.
Yeah, he's ranked.
He's ranked as a welterweight.
Well, he is a true,
14th,
but he is a true boxer now.
but he's 14th in the world.
A lot of boxers are having issues with that. Too,
I don't
him
think
being
so.
ranked.
Put the 15th guy up against him. Let's see
Yeah.
what happens. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, but Jake Paul, I think, is like the American dream kind of in that sense where, he's done it in a completely different fashion. And now, I think there's no argument that individual has become not only a professional athlete, but a pretty incredible boxer. I think it's very hard to do, especially that late, trying to
He's
get
like-
into that sport.
He's a top amateur boxer. He's nothing. I don't think he's 14th in the world.
But the problem with saying that he's an amateur boxer is that you will continue to view him as that instead of now if you view him as a pro boxer, the standard is different.
Yeah.
Right? If you view him as a pro boxer, now if he goes and fights somebody in the top 10 in the top 15, it's pro versus pro. If you
Yeah.
keep saying that it's pro versus amateur, now you are also like undermined and kind of taken away
From
if
the-
Jake Paul loses because it should still count for the other guy.
yeah, true.
You know what I mean?
Okay,
So
yeah,
like
yeah,
we
okay.
want to hold the same energy that this individual has now become
This
a
is
pro
good.
boxer. So if I beat him and I'm ranked in the top 10, that counts as a legitimate win.
Like I gotta step up.
Yes,
Yeah.
and I also get promoted
Yeah,
in the rankings
exactly,
because
yeah.
then it makes sense. I also think he's done some incredible things. The
For
Netflix
the sport
stuff.
of boxing, yeah,
yes.
he's made them a lot of money and brought
Yeah.
in a lot of viewers, but I don't know, like he's not. I don't think he's he's a fighting old man. Like his skills aren't there for sure.
Yeah, but it'll come around. I
Yeah,
think what he's
hopefully,
done
hopefully.
as a promoter especially has been very, very incredible to see. Just combat sports, I think we love them so much, and it's like finally we get to see some of the matchups that we've been dying to see. I'm very excited for Bud Crawford and Canelo
Yeah, that's
Alvarez.
gonna be a good fight.
Who is the favorite in that fight?
Canelo.
Canelo's opening,
Yeah.
okay. And is this good value on Crawford?
No,
Because-
I don't think Crawford's gonna win. Canelo's like bigger. He has more knockout power. Bud doesn't really knock people out. Canelo
Yeah.
can hurt someone.
Yeah, I
you know?
mean, he
Yeah.
does have dynamite in his
Yeah.
hands, which, we found out is very, very necessary to have in combat sports. Let's pivot away from the UFC a little and head over to some hockey talk. Obviously, the Oilers, I think, made a move today, if not yesterday. What happened there? Why do we like it? Why do we hate it?
We finally got a new goaltending coach after 11 seasons with Dustin Schwartz at the helm. He's finally no longer here. I know most Oiler fans are probably happy about that.
What does he have to be an ex-goalie?
I don't believe so. No.
Do you know what I mean, though? Because, like, sometimes, could you imagine, like, you're a coach,
Yeah.
right? Let's say you're a coach of, like, an NFL kicker.
Yeah, like
If the individual misses his kick, as a coach, what are you really saying to him?
especially if you
What are
haven't
really
kicked
saying to
before,
him?
is the kicker gonna listen to you?
Yes, like, what am I
He's like,
saying
you
to
haven't
this
been
guy?
out there. Yeah,
right?
that's true.
Like, as a goaltender, right, if the goaltender misses block or, misses a glove, what am I really saying to this individual? Like,
I
get your glove higher.
I imagine it's like in your stance and it's in the way you prep yourself. to make that save, right?
And maybe getting your body right too, especially with Skinner. He might be a little overweight, not overweight as in that he's fat or whatever.
Yeah.
But moving left to right, his agility could be much better. Maybe stuff like that to work on.
Yeah. No, those things, I assume, are happening all the time, throughout the season, throughout the off season. So we got rid of the guy that had been there for 11 years, and I assume he's gone through. I mean, I've been in Edmonton a long time, and we've had some trouble at that position as goaltending, and in my time watching the Oilers, very, very involved. I've seen a lot of goalies come and go.
Yeah.
So you're telling me this coach was there the entire time?
Yeah.
So he's seen.
He's a nephew
and a
of
lot
the
of
owner.
But we've had so Connor McDavid's been there 10. This is his
2015 he was drafted.
So this was his 10th year. He's going into his 11th.
Yeah.
Okay, he's been here 10 years, right? In just that time, I think we've gone through 4 head coaches.
Yeah.
So you're telling me
And a
that
bunch of
4
goalies.
head coaches have come and gone, and this individual that's the goalie coach has somehow
Stayed the whole time.
remained?
Yes.
That, my friend, is very impressive. Maybe we should get him on the show. Because that is very impressive.
Yeah, that is.
Right? Like to
No, but
survive a regime change.
He's connected with the owner,
Yeah.
Cates. He's Cates' nephew or something like that.
Now that is a different level of nepotism that's very different than LeBron and Bronny. But, okay.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So this guy is now out the door.
He's now out the door. We have hired Peter Aubrey. He was the goaltending developmental goaltending coach with the Blackhawks from 2014 to end of 2023 season. The last 2 years he spent some time in the NCAA. The one goaltender that I will say that he did do a good job with is Corey Crawford, who in my opinion is kind of similar to Stuart Skinner. He's not really the greatest goaltender, but he had a .920 save percentage 3 times, which is fairly good.
Yeah, where does this Corey Crawford play?
Oh, he's retired now,
retired,
but
yeah.
back in 2014 when Peter Aubrey was coaching with them,
No, but
that was the
back
guy
in
that he had
2014
developed.
Chicago was a
crazy.
good team that year.
And he
too.
won a Stanley Cup
Yeah.
with that team as well.
Okay, so he's a winner.
Yeah.
Now he just needs to win us 2 more games, if not 1 more game.
If he get Skinner to
Too
like
bad they
900,
won't get back to the finals.
You think the
You don't think
Oilers
so?
are not coming back to the
No,
Stanley Cup
there's
Finals?
no way.
Not next year.
If they go back next year and lose again,
Yeah.
they're gonna. That's
It's
even.
done.
I'm honestly
It's
hope
wraps.
I honestly hope
wraps.
that happens.
What?
That'd be.
Con-
Yeah, but
Connor-
we've made it.
Yeah, you've made it
Back to
twice
back
and
years.
lost.
Yeah.
I feel like our window extended
Yeah.
with the new acquisition of Ike Howard, NHL ready prospect, and Matthew Savoy, who's one of the best rookies in the NHL last year as well.
Yeah, but they're rookies exactly.
And we were the oldest team in the league last year.
What have
we
you
were
done
slow.
on your defensive end? Which is
Decor has been okay, I feel like. Jake
You
Wallman
think
was a
so?
great addition to the
Now
team.
this is Flames, Oilers going back at it. Battle of Alberta at its finest. Now, no, I mean you have the best player in the world. You have
Yeah.
arguably the second best player in the world as
Yeah.
well. Your window should remain open until they are with your franchise. I think that it is absurd. I mean, could you imagine LeBron and KD playing together
in their primes.
in their primes,
primes.
and not having a chance to win it every single year?
It's insane.
Because
I
that
can't
is,
imagine that.
and then
Yeah.
people are coming up to me and it's like, oh, but it's the defense. I'm like, dude, I could have JaVale McGee.
No, but
at
hockey-
40
it's-
years
it's
old. I
different.
better
It's
still
different
have
sports.
one.
It's the
way
keeper,
different
no?
sport. It's a way different.
Because in
sport.
basketball, one guy,
Yeah,
two
one
guys
guy
could
can-
take over a game and take
Yeah.
over.
Yeah,
a
Hockey,
yeah.
you only have 30
Hockey,
seconds.
you can't.
30
But
seconds
if
to
you
shoot.
have your core, which is the 2, right, maybe 2 other guys that are your defense, everybody else can be a revolving door. I just need to be able to
Which is why you
have
need
those 2, especially those 2
but
happy.
That's what you guys have
and then
been
the core.
doing. But you guys need an above average goalie, which you guys haven't provided.
Yes.
And there's been 10
Yes.
years of that. So it's like, when are you
Yes.
guys going to
How has
address
no
that?
one gotten fired over that?
Yeah,
Like,
yes.
I know,
right?
Yes. Somebody answer that.
And
even Dustin Schwartz when he was here. Mike Smith, probably the second best goaltender we had in the McDavid era. He
Excellent.
hired his own goalie coach throughout the season.
And he was like,
Yeah.
wasn't he like 80 years old?
Yeah,
He retired
he was
this season
late
after.
30s for sure.
Yeah.
And then Cam Talbot, the same thing. Arguably our best goaltender during the McDavid era.
That guy
His
became
old coach
pretty
as
good
well.
after he left us, didn't he?
Dubnyk,
Dubnyk
Dubnyk
as
here
well.
was one of the worst
I think
goalies in the
Schwartz was
NHL.
with them for a year, I believe.
Yeah, and then he went to the
Minnesota.
Wild, won the Vezina.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Like-
So maybe something in the water in Alberta here.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
And apparently,
Yeah,
the Oilers are.
honestly,
I will
maybe
say-
because
I will
Markstrom's
say,
not a good.
That might be a tough argument because our current goaltender is very used to the water here. I
Yeah,
mean, he
he's-
grew up
Hometown
just
boy.
down the
Park,
road,
yeah.
right? He's been kind of part of the system and the community for a long, long time. He knows what it means to win in Edmonton, and you know what it is like when you have a winning kind of situation going on. I mean, I don't know if there's any place better to be in the world when the Oilers playoffs are doing, you know, when we're doing well. It's everybody's in on
there's
it.
a couple places I can think of.
Definitely not Calgary, though.
There's a couple places I can think of, man.
Yeah, but it's just like, you know, we are kind of almost there now. This Ike
Howard.
Howard, he's already playing in the league, and
No.
No.
He was drafted a couple years ago.
This is
But he's an NHL ready prospect.
Apparently.
Top 6. He's got a
Supposedly.
great shot. He's got good speed. Definitely someone that you could pair up with McDavid long term or Draisaitl long term.
yeah,
And the biggest thing for us is that we were slow and the oldest team in the league. Losing Holloway and Broberg set us back, you know.
Yeah.
But with the additions of Savoy
Oh, for
and
sure.
Ike Howard,
Mm.
I feel like our window has extended a little bit if they pan out, if our coaching staff
Yeah.
actually plays them, and let them work through their rookie mistakes. Something that
But
our
what-
coaching staff
You guys
hasn't
can't.
been
You
the
guys
best
don't
at.
have time for that to work out rookie mistakes.
I mean,
Well-
you have half the season, then come trade deadline. If it's not working, you know,
Get
you
them
can
outta
make
here.
a rental trade, you know, which is what we've been doing.
yeah. I felt like losing Corey Perry was not fun because he was very effective.
Not at that price, though. That's a good
Yeah, I
low-key,
mean,
you
at
know.
41 years old or
Connor Brown as
48,
well.
I don't quite know how old he is yet, but I mean, felt like my entire lifetime I've watched that guy play.
Yeah.
hockey. But losing Kaner thought was kind of a big deal just because, you know, Evander Kane, what he brought to our team was just a level of physicality that I don't know if we have kind of replaced.
But I heard the problem with Kaner was just bad penalties.
Oh,
Yeah, especially in the finals.
Yeah.
Not the
Yeah.
direction I thought you were going to go with that, but fair. Yeah.
I mean, there is that other thing too.
Yeah.
Plus, at that
Right?
cap, the
What are you
5.5.
referring to?
What are you referring to?
Well, I don't know. I don't know yet, but I think the people.
I don't know yet.
I think the people in Vancouver might be finding out. Maybe some of the institutions in Vancouver are finding out.
I heard he got his jumped on his first day back home.
Yeah, his first
No, I
weekend or
think he
something.
was. I can't. We don't know. Maybe AI got us, but I'm not
Allegedly.
sure. Yeah, allegedly. But he was helping some people.
A female,
and
right?
then yeah. Okay,
Female,
just a
right.
weird detail to add there. But, and then he was attacked. We hope he is okay. I don't think he has sustained many injuries and stuff like that. But look, you know, he went back home, right? He's from
Yeah,
Vancouver.
Yeah,
from
he's from
BC,
Vancouver.
Yeah. Did Vancouver had a high pick, didn't they, this year? Can't remember if
16th,
they-
I think, or
okay,
17th.
never
They
mind.
drafted a pretty
Not,
decent
not
prospect.
top 5, yeah.
Did Vancouver make the playoffs?
No.
No, they had a lot of turmoil in their team. JT Miller and Ellis Peterson.
Yeah.
Where they're
Elias
fighting.
Peterson.
See, along with the Flames, the Oilers actually ended that franchise in the playoffs.
Yeah.
you know? So,
We have been known to
Wow.
do Texas hockey. You know, I think we have also kind of ended their what they are. They're still an incredible, I think, regular season team. But you know, they don't. I think with Texas hockey is that like it's tough to find a star. Kind of ironic because they're the stars, but you know, like Wyatt Johnson, I thought you know they were gonna kind of
Yeah.
propel him. Jason Robertson.
Robertson. A lot of
Robertson.
trade rumors as of late.
He might
Obviously,
be a
they
Flames
traded.
yeah, I heard that
They,
actually.
yeah, obviously they traded for Rantanen to have firepower and stardom.
Top 10 player in the league, you know.
Okay, I didn't really know that either, but yeah, I just think like the matchups with the Oilers, like we felt very comfortable with that. As an Oilers fan, I just think with Vegas, it's always been tough.
Yeah.
They're a little bit more gritty. We don't love that. Obviously, that's why we struggle with the Panthers a lot. That's why I think the Kane losing Kaner is a bit of a big deal. You know, as an enforcer, like how do we replace that element on a team that's, I mean, the expectations like Pete Betts kind of spoke about it, like the expectations are always to win, and when you have that level of talent and
Cup or bust,
when you've
right?
gone there,
Yeah.
like anything other than a Stanley Cup is, I'm crying at night.
Yeah, it should
you know
be,
what I mean?
But it
like,
should be.
Yeah, exactly.
Look
This
at,
is how
We're
it
at
should
that
be.
point now, right?
Yeah, look at Crosby had what, like two or three cups by the time his 8th season started. 9
Yeah.
seasons started.
Yeah.
If McDavid ever wants to be looked at like that, he needs to start picking it up. Like he needs to start winning some cups, or he's just gonna be left.
But everybody, I mean, I think the thing that was kind of not talked about enough, maybe it was, but we didn't hear it enough of, was that the Florida Panthers, especially this iteration of the Florida Panthers, are arguably, you know, in the history of the National Hockey League, probably one of the best teams ever to be put together.
Yeah.
Let alone to win, you know, back-to-back and go to 3 straight finals appearances, playing that long into the year, sustaining the injuries that they did, but still overcoming that. I thought Paul Maurice and Bill Zito did an incredible job to keep them together. But also, like, yeah, that part of it didn't get talked about enough, that, like, yes, it's Connor and Leon, but, like, we're also going up against a historically good team. I mean, I'm not sure if anybody else in the league is beating that team in a 7-game series.
They're the team to beat, honestly, for
Yeah.
the next couple of years too, because
They
their
locked
core
everyone
guys
up.
are locked.
Everybody's
up.
locked in
Yeah.
again. Yeah.
They all took discounts.
Yeah.
Yeah, to come back and win. I like, he's put together a very, very good team, though. I thought Bill Zito, especially after the viral video of him tossing the water bottle last year that kind of went viral. Ever since then, they've pretty much just, you know, taken off and, like, won.
Wasn't it last year they beat Boston? Like they were down and they came back in 7.
I think that was the first time they won, right?
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
the first time they won. Yeah.
Then the first round against Boston.
Yeah, they were down in Game 7. They came back. They're down with like 2
I
minutes.
think
left.
Marchand had a breakaway in
Yeah,
the
and he-
game,
Yeah.
and he missed.
Wow.
And then the
And
Panthers ended up
then
winning the game.
and then now he's on the team.
Now he's on the
That was like KD.
Yeah, now he's part of the dynastic run that they are kind of being a part of.
Yeah.
I feel like the thing that hurts the most is that prior to the Ken Holland signing, the one GM interview that we had
Yeah.
was Bill Zito.
Oh,
And Kenny Holland had 0 interviews, but Daryl Cates, Ken Holland, good
Yeah.
friendship,
Yeah.
told him the job's theirs if you
Well,
want it.
Ken Holland did make the Chicago Blackhawks dynasty.
Detroit.
Or
right?
Detroit, sorry, yeah.
yeah. A million years ago, but
Yeah,
I guess it's still
exactly.
still a little bit relevant today. Hockey's great. Obviously, hockey always continues to deliver, but the regular season is very long. It's very long. It's kind of
Yeah, even longer after this upcoming season. Yeah,
it's going up to 84 games.
after
Yeah,
this
it's-
season.
It's
So
such a
after
weird-
the 25-26
Yeah.
season,
Yeah.
they're adding 2 more games instead of what we've all been aiming for is a 65-game season.
and playoffs right quicker.
And so they're adding to. Why have they made this? Is it,
I
they just
believe
want-
preseason will be shortened.
They
I
want
think
more
it's the
money,
84
man. More
games.
games
Yeah, I
to
guess
sell
so.
to more companies.
Yeah, but everybody can do that. You know what I mean? Like every league can kind of do that, but doesn't
Yeah.
this impact your product in
I
the
know,
long term
yeah.
in terms
There's gonna be
of
more injuries.
yeah, in terms of injuries,
Yeah.
in terms of dedication to continuing to, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
2 more games is still 2 more games.
Two more
Like that
games,
seems
right.
like a pretty big
No,
big decision to make. All the owners have to vote on this,
I believe so. Yes.
and this got passed in the first go. Like this was
I'm not sure how many attempts were made, but
Yeah,
it was official as of last
Well,
week.
so they've played 84 games in a season before, and then they went to 82, and now they're going back to 84.
When did they go to? When did they play 84?
I don't know, but they did.
100 years ago, probably during the
Probably the 90s.
Maurice Richard era, where they were playing with, I mean, no helmets, no
Yeah.
nothing, wooden sticks, which probably great, but it probably hurt like hell to get hit by one of
92.
those. The goalie face mask from, why did they bring those back?
Those are sick.
Those are so good.
They gotta bring that back for the Winter Classic games. That'd be sweet.
That would be sick. Now, what the NHL did great though was, I thought, obviously the Four Nations thing was great. Are they now bringing that every year? Or
I'm
are
not
they
too
going back to
sure
the
on
All-Star
that.
format and then doing this every 2-3 years, every 4 years or something?
I feel like every year would wash it down a little bit. Like,
I do
or,
agree with
like,
that.
Water it down.
I think
Yeah,
it's
but
only-
I do think if the tariffs remain, it could still be hot.
they're
Yeah.
doing it in different sites. I know that. Every year they
Yeah.
do it. They're doing it like I think the next one's in Sweden
Oh,
or something like that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure
I
they
don't
do.
know how comfortable I feel by sending Connor out there, but
The ice hockey Olympics and the Winter Olympics 2026, I believe.
Yeah.
The NHL are finally allowing players
Yeah.
to go participate.
Yeah.
The first time since I believe 2010.
what does that?
Yeah.
What does that mean? Like they don't want you guys. How did
Since
Sid play?
2010, there has been no ice hockey at the Winter Olympic Games.
Oh,
Yeah. They weren't sending players because of the season.
So the golden goal that Crosby scored was the last time.
Was the last?
Yeah.
Wow,
That's
I
why-
remember watching that live and like
Right?
screaming at the top of my
Yeah, that's why
lungs.
this one is so.
Sid the kid.
Players haven't worn some of these players haven't worn the jersey.
So McDavid's first time,
Yeah,
right? Which
McDavid's,
is like
yeah.
Sid the kid. Is he? I mean, he's by far the goat of my generation. I don't know.
Yeah.
he's the greatest winner, like in my generation for sure, right?
Oh.
Apparently he's gonna go to the Colorado and link up with McKinnon.
Let's hope that that is not the case
Yeah.
and he remains in Pittsburgh because I do think that that is better for hockey if he
Yeah.
stays as a homer.
Yeah.
I do think that the Pittsburgh Penguins did botch a lot of the last 2 years with some of the decisions they made. I thought hiring Kyle Dubas was surprising to say the least after everything that happened with him in Toronto. But we hope they figure it out. I hope
Yeah.
him and Gino have another run at the cup.
Might be Gino's last year in the NHL, so you know.
How Gino?
He's younger than Crosby.
I think
I
he's
thought
gonna
he
go
was
to
younger
KHL.
than Sid.
Oh
He
yeah,
wants to play
like
1 year
these
in the
Russians like to
KHL.
go to the KHL.
In the KHL, what is
Yeah.
this now?
I believe
Like, you've never
Ovechkin
heard
as
of
well.
No, I can promise you nobody's ever heard of this.
Really?
The
A
KHL.
lot of Russian NHL players, even young, there's been young ones that will just go play in the KHL.
Kazakhstan.
Yeah,
hockey
what
league
is
No,
it?
it's a
or-
Russian
Yeah.
hockey.
It's a
league.
Russian
hockey.
It's a
Okay.
Russian hockey.
What does the K stand for?
I don't know what it exactly stands
Okay, let's
for.
not speculate.
Yeah, KGB.
that-
What is
KGB,
it?
yeah.
What is the start of K?
Because that, well, the Kremlin maybe
Yeah.
or something like that.
There you go.
Well, let's not speculate because that could get us into some trouble there. Let's move on to some footy. I know there's some interesting stuff about a particular 18-year-old. Now, this 18-year-old has been a global star in the coming, right? I think he took over the world in the Euros at 16 years old for Spain. He has now obviously been in the media for very different reasons with some of the relationships outside of the field. Found himself again in some other situations, right, Coach?
Yeah. Lamine Yamal, Spain's Ministry for Social Rights, has requested an investigation into possible breaches of disability laws at Lamine Yamal's 18th birthday party following allegations that individuals with dwarfism were hired as entertainers.
What does that even mean, though? Like, that's what I'm wondering. What were they doing? What entertainments were they giving out?
Now, that is an incredible headline.
Yeah. Best part was the car they all pulled up in, right?
Yeah.
And it's just like, I think there's like 50 of them coming out of the car. I think it was like a Corolla. They're all coming out of a Corolla, 50 of them in a Corolla.
Just seeing guys come out.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell?
But
Yeah.
the real question is,
It's just the Hobbit.
Yeah. Like,
Yamal party or Diddy party, which is better?
Yo.
Oh, dude.
I'm just kidding. I'm
whoa.
kidding, I'm
Too
kidding.
far.
Dude,
Far.
whoa.
You
whoa.
just
I mean-
turned 18,
Yeah.
man.
Wow.
I mean, did kind of get off, so it's okay. I mean,
Oh, he's innocent. I mean, I think that. Well, I thought that was what
That's
the
okay.
court of law was
Yeah,
supposed
that's
to
what the
do.
court of law
I
said.
thought the determination was that he is now a
But
free
didn't he,
man.
like, serve a suspended sentence?
no, apparently he's guilty for some charges.
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, he's
So
still
he's still
guilty
gonna
for
serve
some?
some
Well,
time.
Yeah,
no,
I
he's not
assume-
serving no time. It's suspended. It's
Oh, not serving no
Yeah,
time at all? I
yeah.
thought it'd be like 3-5
No,
years
no,
or
no,
something.
he's suspended.
Oh, wow.
Well, I assume that his lawyer will figure it out. His lawyer will figure out. Diddy, we think that the law should do
Figure
its
out
job.
whatever.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
law. You know, we trust in the law to figure out. To some extent, we trust in the law to figure out some of those
What do you
things.
think is going on at this party where the
With Lamine Yamal.
yeah
Well, I assume it was his white partner's idea to have this party and to do this. She has been obviously in the media world quite a lot, so I assume this is.
Do you think they're going like Wolf of Wall Street, that one scene where they're doing the dartboard?
Maybe.
We hope not. Now, what is
yeah.
coming out of this though? So like, is he getting in trouble? Is he not getting in trouble?
I think they're gonna probe and
they're gonna probe and see what was going on here. You know, is it an extension of the Diddy parties? Is it like what's going on?
Yeah. Well, we hope. Okay. So, but this is like footy's biggest star right now.
Yes, the biggest, and he's 18. He's very young.
Yeah. Who they have this award every.
The Ballon d'Or.
Yes.
Yes.
Who won it this year?
Or
has that not been announced yet?
Not yet. It's coming.
Is Messi still part of the?
This year, no.
Well,
MLS still, right?
What do you?
Yeah.
Why? He's the GOAT, and I mean Miami's only winning because of him.
I mean, he's playing in a terrible league.
Whoa! Whoa!
The Saudi league is better than MLS. They
Whoa.
just proved that at the Club World Cup.
Whoa! Let's not go that far. Okay, the MLS. I mean, if it has the GOAT playing in that league, I'm gonna say that is the best league in the world.
And also, like, FIFA cheated to get freaking Miami there. They didn't even win their league, or they didn't win the Champions League.
Yeah, but they have the GOAT.
So, okay. Is that? I mean,
if LeBron is playing, yes, we're gonna get eyes on LeBron to play.
Fair, but he did get slapped. Like, what was it, 5-0 versus PSG?
Was Messi one of
the
the dwarfs at the Lamine Yamal party? Now that was floating around on the internet, so that's not us saying.
You think he saw the call and hung up? He's like, I already know what this is. Leave me alone. He's like, not again. No.
That was something that was floating around on the internet. We did see. Another thing floating around on the internet, the W has a 3-point contest coming up, right? I think Sabrina Ionescu and obviously Caitlin Clark. I mean, 22 has to be a part of it. Anybody else that we can, I mean, I assume is Paige going to be a part of that as well? Because that would be a,
But she's not a shooter, is she?
Paige can shoot.
I think she is. She's a good 3-level player, I feel like.
Really?
Yeah, Paige is a
she could run the pick and
I
roll.
remember her being a pretty good shooter at Connecticut. I don't know if that is really translated in the W yet, but I assume there's a lot of other great shooters.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I thought this was maybe it's
her rookie season. Didn't she get hurt?
Who?
Paige? Yeah.
I think she had an ACL.
Yeah.
What
She
this?
was
No, she just played though.
She's been playing as a
Connecticut.
rookie.
Yeah,
That's
that was
Connecticut,
actually yeah. Now she is, I think, taking, full charge of not only the Rookie of the Year, but been a pretty good player for Dallas as well.
Like, 18 points?
Yeah, as a rookie. So, I mean, yeah, it's going to be kind of interesting to see that. Now, the W, obviously, Caitlin is, I assume, playing pretty well. Has she been playing pretty well?
I think she's like 15 points, around almost 16.
I think efficiency might have dropped.
And then
a
like
little.
6 rebounds, something like that, or 4.7.
Yeah, 16
Are
points.
they winning?
She missed some time.
Bro, she's averaging 16 points and 9 assists.
Oh, damn.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty good. She's
And
almost
5
at a double-double.
rebounds.
She's almost at a double-double with, 5 rebounds. I mean, obviously, we talked about this, that the conversation around the W is kind of dominated with are you Team Angel, are you Team Caitlin? Obviously, the media, I think, has done a fairly terrible job at covering the W because of that as well, because they've hyped up the story and made it something bigger than I think they even intended it to be. Maybe it's good for the W. I don't want to speak on that. We watch because we actually genuinely like basketball, and we want to see incredible basketball being played, and that usually requires a Caitlin Clark. I'm sorry, I don't want to put that I don't want to see somebody getting 18 of their own rebounds. I'm sorry, you know what I mean? I don't want to be that person, but I think the draw of Steph Curry is the play style is just so incredible, and you can't really duplicate it. And the draw of Caitlin Clark is that, right? It's the play style. I don't know how much of it is everything else that's being talked about. I mean, she's the face of the league. She's the biggest draw. Why are we not going completely all in, you know, as a league into the Caitlin Clark kind of, I don't know, situation there?
I think they still want, like, Aja Wilson, of course, she's the MVP. They still want to promote her. Yeah. And maybe they're trying to go the route of, like, we don't just have one person to watch. Like, they don't want people just watching one game, like, tuning in just for Caitlin Clark's game. They want to spread the wealth and try to be like, we also got this girl and this girl. You know, we got people to watch. Yeah. And I think maybe that's the route they're going. I'm not saying it works. Yeah. But it seems to be the route that they're going.
Where do the Fever rank in the standings? Are they top 10 yet?
They are 12 and 10 right now. Caitlin did miss a couple of games.
Yeah,
as well.
she missed a few games there. But I assume they're kind of on the right trend up now.
I have one question for the betting table.
Yeah.
Right, and I need everybody hear me out real quick. Like. This is just something I heard on the internet. Right? Yeah. So is it like a thing? It's a thing on the internet, anyways.
The period cycle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard about that. I've never bet it.
Whoa, what are we talking
You've never
about?
heard about
I
it?
missed this.
Bro, there's this guy.
I missed
but
this.
now the bookies are on it.
They're tracking down.
Yeah. No, they. So this guy was tracking girls' period cycles.
Absurd thing. Absurd thing to do.
But he was hitting. He was hitting. You'd bet their unders when they're on their period.
Like, how would he even get that?
I don't know, but he was.
Does he look at stats across a month?
No, something like that, and then he would look at their social medias, and he could just tell somehow.
Yeah. Are you the guy that was doing this?
I wish. He made a lot of money, man.
How did they crack down on it?
Now the DK Sportsbook and stuff, I think they saw, so now they adjust the odds.
Oh,
you know what I mean? Before they weren't adjusting the odds, they weren't realizing they thought it was a normal game. This guy said it's not a normal game tonight.
Dude, the dedication and the creepiness level, the absurdity level of this, requires tremendous amount of dedication, obviously. But I mean, if he was profitable, it's kind of like Chiefaholic. Right.
Oh yeah.
If I'm going to, also, if you haven't read about Chiefaholic,
look into
incredible story.
Give him a read.
I'll kind of break it down a little bit. This individual would wear a wolf mask and attend all the Chiefs games, and travel all over to be with the Chiefs and their organization. Turns out he was actually robbing banks. Turns out he was a notorious bank robber who was robbing banks to attend the games.
Oh, wow.
Okay. He committed a felony in, I want to say, 8 to 11 different states. He robbed a bank in almost 11 different states. There was a penalty given. I think he got 30 years, I want to say.
What's the felony? It's just the love for the game. That's the felony.
I think he tried to say something like that in court.
Well, the means to how...
He tried to blame the NFL some way. I swear.
He's getting 30.
He's his own lawyer?
No. I think
it's just the wolf mask? I never seen a picture of what the individual actually looks like. I've only ever seen him in the full get-up and costume and stuff. So can't really... But, similar situation, kind of, right? Weird situation, but sports are they're just so good. Yeah. I mean, it's so tough not to
there's a Prime documentary coming out on him.
On Chiefaholic?
That's a must watch.
Does he get money off of that?
Hopefully. Commissary, please. Give it to him.
Well, maybe he just gets a different noodle package.
Oh, it's already out.
Oh, maybe he is already getting the
noodle package.
Yeah. Maybe he's getting the ones that aren't available. I wonder if he's able to watch it in
the Chiefs.
No, I wonder if he's able to watch it in prison. Do you think they give him? They're like, hey,
Final Cut type.
Oh no! What if instead of yard time, he's like, no, I just want every day just to watch that. What if every
You
day
think
he's
they
like-
let him watch the Chiefs though? Because that was like what led him to do his crime.
You know, if I was him and his lawyer, if I'm gonna get 30 years, like, negotiate that. You know, it would
Like
kind
the
of seem.
the little things.
Yeah, just negotiate that. It's like, hey, look, you know, Sundays, just let me watch the Chiefs.
But my thing is, he didn't get caught early on.
No, I mean, he
No.
got caught
Like-
very. I mean, dude, he committed the felony in 11 different
Yeah,
states.
he loved like.
Yeah.
Shout out to him, man.
Yeah, I mean-
Hey, in this time
Yeah.
of age,
Yeah, look, the
To do
dedication.
that,
The dedication
he might be the GOAT.
required.
Yeah, how do you
Yeah.
even do that? Oh, look
he
at
might
the,
be the Pat
look at the
Mahomes of
picture.
bank
him.
robbers.
Dude, I mean, come on, man. He
He
absolutely.
looks like a psycho.
He absolutely was so involved in. Yeah, like that guy looks like he could rob a few banks. Obviously,
He looks cross-eyed.
but is it 30 years is a lot.
Is that what he got?
30
I mean, how
years is
many-
a lot.
11 banks?
Yeah, I mean, he didn't rob.
I think it was only 7 banks.
okay,
Okay.
7 banks. Yeah. Oh,
But I
Maybe
mean,
2
like,
years.
he might be getting more than Diddy, and like,
Jeez.
you know what I mean? Like, that doesn't
Yeah.
really sound that right.
well, the law does interesting things. We hope it figures it out, obviously. But 30 years, man.
No,
That's
11 robberies and attempted
Oh,
robbery. He
okay.
stole almost $1 million.
so it's not even that much.
Yeah.
That's not that much.
A
And he's
million
ordered.
bucks.
He's ordered to
pretty
pay
good.
back 532 in restitution.
I mean, a
Wait, so
million-
he keeps the rest or
Bro,
what?
$1 million would be
How many Chief tickets?
5 games.
5 games. Depending on where you sit, right?
Well, if I'm sitting beside Taylor, it might be 5 games.
Wait,
one of the,
but, like-
one of the banks, he only got $70,000.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Because
No, but there's every other one he hit for 100
yeah, because like a lot of these banks don't have a lot of cash on
site.
hand.
Yeah,
because,
and he doesn't know when
so
the
he's-
truck's coming. He's just going in.
but he has to do a lot of research if he's doing this.
Oh, you
as
think?
A,
Or
oh,
I
dude,
think it's just like Chiefs have a road game here. Boom.
no,
You don't think so?
no. I think he's doing research. He's like, if they have, you know, he's probably going to these places. Like, yo, I've been watching where they
Like,
the schedule
yeah.
release comes out. He's ready. He's already
Yeah.
scouting these places. Maybe.
oh, he got sentenced in different states. In Missouri, he got 17. In Oklahoma, he got 32.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, they're
That's
getting.
Bring me back to Missouri. Bro.
Wait, so does that mean I have to spend 17 years of my life in one place
Yeah,
and 32?
I think so. I think that's how that
Or
works.
is-
They
or is it
transfer
like-
you.
What?
tacked on?
No,
Like,
no, I'm pretty sure they.
you don't have to spend the next 30, you know? It's probably like tacked on. Like you served your 17, now
What
serve
it-
the remaining.
No, I think you serve your 30, or whichever state you got caught in, you serve in that state first,
Yeah.
and then you get flown to the other state and serve 17 there. I'm pretty
What? That sounds.
You can't like serve 17 and then.
I'm
serve
just gonna
13.
say, we don't recommend you do this ever.
Oh, he has
Okay, this is a
32,
terrible-
32 years in state prison and then 17 and a half in federal.
Oh, yeah.
Jeez.
Right? Look right here.
We hope he gets out.
Yeah.
Look.
Look, for the love of the game, you know, we hope he gets out. Obviously, I think he was a pretty predominant figure in Kansas City, so that is just kind of tough to see happen to him. But we don't recommend you ever attempt that. Okay, terrible act. Obviously, you think he went in with the mask on?
That would be crazy.
I don't know.
I assume he went in with the mask on, guns blazing, because that would make sense.
He didn't kill anyone. No guns blazing.
Oh, so he didn't kill anyone, and he's still getting so absurd.
Yeah.
Again,
They're probably
If he's
just
wearing the same mask as a Chief,
they're probably
he
just
wouldn't
mad
do-
that like he got away with all this, you know, so they threw the book at him.
30 some years in one place, 17
Yeah,
in
that's
another. That brother is never getting out.
I wonder how old he is. Yeah.
Well, we hope. I mean, the best for him. Hopefully, he kind of figures it out and gets through anything.
Figures it out.
Well, his situation in prison, hopefully he's still able to kind of participate and watch the Chiefs game. I assume they give him the mask and the get up in. They're like, hey, we'll let you be a part of this. Maybe virtual reality comes in and they're able to still get him seated in the same,
In the same seats?
in the same seats that he's usually in. Maybe he's their good luck charm. I don't know. I heard there was a thing that like Pat actually wanted to meet him.
Oh, really?
Before the story
Yeah,
came
oh yeah,
out.
before the
Before
story.
the
yeah.
story came out, and I was like, damn, dude, you really
After.
missed pretty incredible chance. You should have just waited. I mean, wasn't up to him. But hopefully they would have just waited another month or two, and you would have gone to kind of have that. But let's move on. Anything on? I know the MLB All-Star Game is taking place. What?
I'll check the score for you right now.
I know Paul Skeens started.
Yeah, he started.
Yeah, and
Oh, they're singing an anthem right now.
It's the top of the 7th right now.
yeah.
2-0 still.
I believe it's 6-4.
Wow. Okay.
6-4 for the NL.
NL?
Yeah.
Oh,
6-4 for the
Okay. So National League.
National League's taking it right now.
Yeah. You know, MLB baseball still. I like how they do their All-Star games. Because it's still an actual game and not like.
Because they're playing for who's home in the World Series, right? Which. I mean, isn't it if the National League wins, they're home in the World Series?
I'm not sure how that works.
I think so.
I thought
That's
it
why
was just best record.
No, I think that's why they're trying.
Oh, that's cool.
That actually.
That's what I was trying to say about the NBA in our other pod.
But the NBA couldn't do that.
Yeah.
Why?
But I assume
that's
they-
what would make them try.
With the NBA Cup, maybe. Winner of the NBA Cup, they
No,
get
but then
a
they
song,
wouldn't-
I don't know.
That wouldn't be the All-Star.
We haven't really touched on what you just mentioned, and the NBA Cup was an interesting thing,
I like it.
right? Nobody ever knows when the fuck it's happening, where it's happening.
You turn on the
how it's
game, they have the
happening.
special court. You're like,
Yeah.
oh,
You're like,
yeah,
oh.
you're like, oh.
I'm sorry, what does this mean now?
They
I have
put in
to,
more work
I have
for
to,
the court
like-
design
Yeah.
of the NBA Cup opposed to the actual playoffs.
and like I'm have to like really. Oh, it's so tough to see on some of these courts what's
Yeah.
going on.
The lines. and
The
everything,
lines,
yeah.
it's just like it's hurting my eyes. I'm like, is this even worth watching now? Okay, is this even worth? And like, I don't know if they've really figured out what that's gonna be like going forward.
Yeah, who even won this year? Was it Milwaukee?
I have no idea.
No, wasn't it Atlanta? Oh no, Atlanta lost to Milwaukee.
Indiana maybe?
No,
I'm thinking Lakers.
No,
or something.
it was Milwaukee. Atlanta
Oh, yeah,
lost to
Darvin
Milwaukee.
Ham, the GOAT.
Guys,
Two-time champ.
two-time. Undefeated,
So,
some might say.
two-time.
Mr. Yeah. Just the NBA Cup was such an interesting.
It was good the
decision.
first year, I thought. I think the second year was kind of a letdown.
Why was it good? Because LeBron won it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they get nothing out of winning the NBA Cup, right?
Yeah,
or
they get
some
money.
Yeah,
That's
That's
what
like-
makes them try.
Yeah, I guess it's good for like the guys on the bottom. Of the
Yeah,
roster.
that's why.
Yeah.
That's why the top guys try. Honestly,
Yeah. But,
Yeah.
that's what I heard.
If I'm a top guy, I'd rather just like give you 500 bands. If I'm already making 70 mil a year.
But it's better this way.
yeah,
Honestly.
I guess you earned it this way.
Yeah,
Not
exactly,
really, 'cause you
yeah.
didn't even play.
Exactly.
No, they play. They play a little
The
bit.
bottom guys of the roster.
Oh, you're saying
Yeah,
like the
like-
bottom.
12,
Yeah.
13, 14.
But that's what makes
guys,
a team a
15.
team. You fight for the bottom guy.
Yeah,
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's I mean,
You don't.
yeah, I hope, but we haven't really touched on this. Like, you know, speaking of the Milwaukee Bucks and Darvin Ham, like, where do we see the Damian Lillard kind of trajectory go now? I mean, obviously he's coming off the Achilles tear. Does he wait the whole year and just sign next year into going in, seeing what the trajectory of the NBA is going in, or does he rehab with the team in hopes that he probably comes back, let's say second, third round of the playoffs?
First of all, that was like scummy move by the
Yeah.
Bucks.
Yeah.
I get it. Like his bill is high.
Yeah.
But like you signed him, man. You can't just be like, sorry, we gotta let you go, and then let you rehab by yourself. Scummy move.
And not even
But-
give him a heads up, right?
Yeah, I know, right? Like,
Yeah.
But I think for him, maybe wait it out because like the contract's not good. Like you're not gonna like either way. If you sign a contract now or you sign a contract in a year, it won't matter. It'll probably still be the same price. And also that way you can kind of wait and see what the outlook of the NBA is like. So that way you can see what teams are actually doing well.
Yeah.
I think that'd be probably the better route for him.
Obviously, the Celtics looks like they've been Tatum and Lillard have been rehabbing together. I heard somewhere that they've been in the same facility trying to rehab their Achilles tear together. So is he I mean, I think that would Damian Lillard to the Celtics would, I think, make a lot of sense. You know, the Celtics, I didn't realize this until today. You know, they lost a lot. I mean,
Yeah.
Drew
Porzingis.
Holiday, Porzingis,
Atlanta's looking
God,
nice.
They also
low-key.
lost their big, their other.
Lou Cornette,
Yeah, Cornette.
Al Horford.
Yeah. Well, we don't know about him.
Yeah, true. We don't
Yeah.
know about him. Why has that been a speculation that Al Horford's out the door and they haven't actually announced anything? It's kind of an absurd thing.
I don't
I've
know.
not really seen that
A
before.
lot of teams are approaching him, man. Like Golden
Well-
State, Lakers.
Yeah.
How old is he?
He's 38.
Yeah,
He's gotta be up there.
Yeah, but he's a plug and play player.
He's still
I
a serviceable
assume
player, I
he's
feel like.
very effective on what he does. You can always find a role. Plus, also, if you're gonna be a Western Conference team, you just need a big that's gonna foul Jokic.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, hey, give me, you know,
someone that can
tonight.
take
As a coach, I'm gonna tell this person, hey, tonight you're just gonna give me 6 fouls. Okay, you're just gonna give me 6 fouls. Right? Throw you out there and just give you 6 fouls. But also, Al Horford can space the floor. Yeah, and he can play
hit the
defense.
three.
Like, I assume that is a pretty valuable thing to have as a. I think the Warriors make a lot of sense for
Lot of
him.
sense.
But yeah, the Celtics have lost a lot. I still think that they have the ability to be a top. I mean, a playoff team for sure. But are they gonna be able to stay out of the play-in? I think is kind of the conversation. But this is Jaylen Brown's time to be
To
him.
prove his contract.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
I mean, I think he proved his contract before he got the contract
In
to
the,
get
in
it.
the finals.
The entire playoffs. I
Yeah.
think the last 3 playoff runs that they've had, Jaylen Brown has been that guy. That's the only reason you give him the money that you did. But yeah, the run that he had to win you the championship was he was just so incredible that I think now it's like, what else can you do? You know, can you carry this team to a 45 win season? Can you build something different? And I think that's what. And I've also said, I think Joe Mazzulla is the best head coach in basketball right now. And particularly, this is just my opinion. I don't think it's that close. I think what he's been able to do with the Celtics, not only franchise, but to take over in the way that he did, to remain even keel in every situation, especially as, the outside world has kind of been portraying Jason Tatum coming off of the Olympics and him not, all the things that surrounded the Celtics. For Joe Mazzulla to be that individual is the perfect setting for him, but also now I think is also his time to show all of his kind of things that he's able to do. We'll be very interested to see kind of how that pans out. The East, again, we've said it's just so wide open.
Anybody can take it this year, honestly.
Yeah.
The Raptors can make a run, right?
Well, the Raptors will definitely make a run. Now, what that run will end and look like, nobody knows.
Yeah.
I'm not really quite sure how I feel about Coach either.
Coach Darko?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. I don't know. We were
Not really.
our assist numbers were off the charts to begin the year. Last year, I guess his 0.5, 0.7 offense was working for a bit. But it's just our guys need to be healthy. We haven't seen a full season of Scotty, RJ, and Emmanuel Quickly, who are taking up majority of your salary cap.
Which is insane.
Which is insane.
Which is insane.
Because I only think Scotty's probably the only proven one out of them.
As a max player.
Yeah.
Yeah.
RJ had a great season last year.
Yeah, RJ did have a really good year. But it's just, again, you have such a mismatch of individuals kind of together. Is that the right head coach to build? And then what? You're going to get rid of him and then hire a guy to get you over the hump? Because that seems like a very NBA move. Very NBA move to have an individual be there for the struggle bus and build, and then get rid of them, hire another person that gets you over the hump and wins you the championship.
Yeah.
Feels like that is kind of the model the NBA has always seemingly operated on. We'll be interested to see how they. I'm not sure who the last person as a European kind of head coach has come in and actually had relative success in the NBA. I mean, David Blatt, but he got let go halfway through the year. They end up going to win the championship. But yeah, not really sure what who's come in and had success there. But anything else happening in footy now, or Like, what kind of season are we in now? Are we headed into? This is another problem with footy.
European sports.
I was watching. I mean, there's things happening. It feels like there's a million leagues, and then everybody's playing everywhere all the time. Like what? We just came off of what the
Club World Cup. So that one was,
of course, we know what that is.
FIFA. That was FIFA's own thing. They took they kind of copied the Champions League format. They're trying to get all the big teams in one. They have these big pool of prize money to get teams going because they've seen how the Champions League is successful, and they're trying to copy the same thing.
Yeah.
But basically, Europe has like top 5 leagues, which are English, Spain, France.
The French have their own league?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ligue 1.
Liga 1.
Ligue 1.
Yeah, Liga or League 1.
Oh, no, it's Ligue 1 Uber Eats.
Yeah, Uber. Yeah, now it's
It's the Uber Eats.
Yeah, it's
Uber
like
Eats league.
How do you say Uber Eats in French?
I don't know. Uber Manger.
That was honestly pretty good. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
Wait, he's a Frenchie.
Oh, okay,
Like he could speak French.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I imagine it'd probably just be Uber Eats still. But like if you were to
No,
translate
you have to say it with the accent.
Uber Manger.
You know,
Yeah, you gotta say it like that.
You know, on our first show, we'd get canceled if I just said that and he and he didn't speak French. Could you imagine?
That's what I thought was happening right there. Yo. I was like, yo, what the?
And then there's the German league, and then they all play basically
The Bundesliga?
Yeah, Bundesliga.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And then they all play Saturdays and Sundays, and then so those leagues,
So all these leagues play on the same days.
yes. And then there's the Champions League,
course.
which
Yeah.
is UEFA,
Yeah.
which is like the governing body of like basically where all these leagues play in of Europe. And then that competition is the Champions League, and that's where all the teams go to play for the big prize.
It's like the best team in Europe.
Yeah.
Because, okay, think about this. Think about if, like, the NFL, CFL, and there was, like, a Mexican football league. Right? But there's one commissioner for all 3 leagues. Well, you can't even imagine that, eh?
A Mexican football team?
Yeah, Mexican football team. No, but that's how it'd be all 3
Yeah.
all 3 countries, and if there was, like, one major tournament.
Yeah.
You didn't like what? You can't get over that?
Oh my god, it's just 11 Jose's like
Yeah, well maybe quarterback running.
man, that
Imagine their offensive
Yeah.
tackles.
Hey, Jose over here.
well they would be able to do obviously everything all together, but okay.
Yo. Oh my god.
But in footy, so there's all these leagues happening. What's coming next that we might need to pay attention with? Like, what's actually like gonna be good coming? Like, what league is starting that needs our attention? Like, when does Champions League start?
Champions League starts in like October. So yeah.
Okay.
So right now, English Premier League is coming soon.
Yeah.
That's gonna be in like August.
Isn't that the big one? I thought that
Yeah,
was the big one.
EPL is the big one, or
Yeah.
that's the biggest out of all the leagues.
Isn't Champions League like?
Champions League's all of them combined.
Yeah,
Champions
all the good
League
teams.
is the tournament.
Yeah,
it's like
yeah.
the NCAA tournament.
Yes.
There you
Okay.
go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
now you get it.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a
now
better
you're- now
analogy.
you're
Yeah, that's
Not-
a much better
There
analogy
you go.
than the Mexican football league.
The Mexican
but-
football league could be a thing, bro. Don't hate on the Mexicans. Bro. What the hell?
But right now it's just transfers. No big transfers as of yet. There's who Isaac from Newcastle is probably gonna go to Liverpool.
Of course, we know who that is. Yeah.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
probably 130 million.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Of course, because that.
So in
Doesn't seem
football,
like-
yeah, we pay the money directly. We don't do trades or anything. It's just like straight cash to the other team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cash.
So no salary cap whatsoever, eh?
Yeah, is there a
Uh,
salary cap? Well, I mean,
There kind of
Barca.
is. There's financial fair play, which is kind of like based on like how much money your team makes on like sponsorships and like whatever. So rich owners can't just come and.
Well,
put
you
in
remember
money.
Barca was in the turmoil of tax evasion and
So was Messi. So
and everything that happened. They declared bankruptcy. They were selling off part of their stadium and
Yeah,
equipment.
it's just because
they were taking a book out of the Cincinnati Bengals kind of playbook
Yeah,
and
they're
selling
selling-
screens. And
they're
stuff.
selling grass from
They're
the stadium.
selling grass from the stadium.
Yeah, like, in
like
small little cubes.
people
Yeah.
are buying it up.
wow, fair. I mean, like anything to kind
Help
of
your squad.
yeah. You know,
Yeah, but that whole situation is just like salaries. They couldn't balance their salaries. They're paying Messi like $100 million, whatever they're paying him.
and he wasn't even playing for them. Right at this point, he was already gone. Like it was like
maybe it was deferred,
yeah,
yeah.
it was something like that, which
And-
is again such a
and then they couldn't sign players because like the league was like, you guys are gonna go broke. We can't allow you. Like you guys can't afford to sign
Yeah,
these
didn't
players.
they
Yeah.
owe?
so now they've developed these guys though,
Yes. So most of the guys that they've brought up have come through their
junior system and stuff.
yeah. La Masia, which is like the big program.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
The
We
big
definitely knew
program for
that one.
for
Yeah.
producing soccer players.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so they've been lucky in that sense where they haven't had to buy too many players. They've
Oh,
kind of
okay.
just been developing them.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so
so
that's
so
what's
we're waiting for the Premier League to start.
Yes, that's everyone's favorite. That's everyone's favorite. That's my favorite league too.
Yeah, and do the Germans play in the Premier League or no? It's just the English.
Yeah, it's just the English.
So like we're not gonna
yeah, just
see
English.
we're not gonna see like Alfonso Davies
No,
play.
he's in the Bundesliga.
Yeah.
And he just got hurt too.
Yeah,
so
he
I
just
think
got
he's
hurt,
gonna be up
and that was crazy too because his team is potentially suing the Canadian national team.
Yeah.
Oh, of course.
Because apparently
Because he got
told-
hurt here.
He got hurt for the playing for Team Canada, and apparently he told them about the injury,
Yeah,
and they let him go.
yeah, and they,
Oh,
and
no.
they let him play.
Yeah.
So now there's a scuffle between both sides.
Okay,
And
hopefully
they-
they figure it out.
Yeah,
then.
hopefully they do. But expensive. Hey, that's a good guy right there.
Hopefully
Yeah,
he's
I
good
mean
for the
he's
World Cup.
incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah, hometown kid.
Hometown kid.
Yeah. Okay, man. Well, maybe we should get him on the show. Well, that was. I feel like that was a pretty good first episode.
Clap it up.
Gambler Stable, well done. Coach, well done, Coach.
Thank you.
Come on, coach. Coach brought us home.
We'll be back tomorrow for another edition of the Muneeb Khan Show live. Every weekday, 6 to 9 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. And we will catch you then. Hopefully you enjoyed this show. Follow us on all the socials and all that. And we'll be back tomorrow. See you then.